Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. And we just witnessed the Knicks lose their second preseason game to the Washington Wizards. And it was in ugly fashion. And that's not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. It was in ugly fashion. What can we say? It's preseason. Many of us are going to say it's a meaningless preseason game. But like I said, in the preseason, I'm looking for habits. I want to see what habits the team is forming. So we're going to talk about it, man. Right now, we got some guys in the chat. We got Nate the Great. We got K Sway. Let's see who else we got in the chat. Guillermo's joining in the chat. Pretty sure we're going to have some spirited discussions tonight. We're going to go ahead and get with it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rock. That's the jig. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell. You'll be notified anytime I go live, drop a video, or post in my community section. If you're checking this out on Sportscaster, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Sportscaster. Okay? And, got some things to talk about with this game, man. I was highly disappointed with what I seen with this tonight. Highly disappointed with what I seen tonight. What happened to the defense? That's my main question. That's the biggest thing I want to know. What happened to the defense? Because the defense that I seen tonight looked a lot like the defense that I witnessed us play last season, all season long. So I want to know what happened with the defense tonight. But you know what? We're going to get into all of that. We're going to break all of that down. Right now we got some guys in the video chat. Like I said, we're going to talk to those guys. And we're going to break this game down. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get to these guys. Let these guys introduce themselves. Say what's up to you. And then we're going to get into looking at some stats and breaking down the team and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? See if we can figure out exactly what happened with this team tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? See if we can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like Clyde said during the game, if I could figure it out, if I know this, why don't the Knicks know this? Feel me? So we're going to figure that out right now, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get to these guys. Let's see what's popping. We got right now Nate, K-Sway, Guillermo, and Andy. And I think Andy's going to be doing some listening in right now. All right, so I'm going to start with Guillermo. Guillermo, coming to you, bro. Guillermo, what's good, man? Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey. All right, cool, yeah.
And listen, yeah, I'm not asking for you to give a big
I know,
thing just yet. We're just doing quick introductions, man.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Perspective. Let's just chill out. Again, preseason. He's trying out new lineups, trying out new things. I'd rather have a team that loses, so you can work on your mistakes, versus a team that wins and everything looks great, and we get to the season and we look like garbage, because this happened before. So let's everybody have perspective. Let's breathe. It's okay, and let's. Slowly, I think Fizzle has a plan in place, I think, so far. So let's just, have some perspective and patience.
All right. And you know what? That's good advice, because after the last game, that's the way it goes with Knicks fans, right? You win a game, a preseason game, everyone's like, oh, this team is going to be really, really good. This team is going to have a top 10 defense.
50 wins.
Crazy stuff. Now you see tonight, and everyone's going to feel like, yo, man, it's the same old garbage as last year. Da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean?
People need to get fired.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Fizdale's on the hot seat now.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And when the fact is, what we've got to factor into this game is that the Washington Wizards were probably really looking for a win.
Yeah.
After losing to the Knicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They came out. I mean, first of all, I know we're going to get to it, but the way that they were like just shooting the threes and ultra aggressive against, we had that really veteran lineup is like, look, a 36-6 run is not, or 33 or 36-6 run. That's terrible. But it's like they were looking to try to make a statement after the whole, you know what I mean? So let's just chill out. Let's just take a breather. It's okay, because that team, I'm looking at them. Yeah, it's nice that they won. That's not a team, the Washington Wizards I'm talking about. That's not a team I see winning more than 25 games. Like, that's not a team sniffing the playoffs. So let's breathe.
Yeah. So, let's breathe a little bit. Let me get to some of these other guys and see what's up. Nate, just give it 1 second. Let me get you unmuted. All right, go ahead.
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
So I'm just gonna give you my 2 little points real quick that I think is what is going on with the Knicks. First off, we can't defend a 3 and we can't shoot the 3. And in the NBA, you have to be able to put those points or defend the points. And I think that's a problem that we had last year, and I think it's a problem we're going to have this year again. Second point, we don't have a point guard. We don't have a point guard to settle the team down and get the team set up on the offense. We're playing hero ball and ISO, and that's going to be a recipe for disaster.
Okay. All right. Let me see who this is knocking.
We don't have a point guard.
All right, let me get to K-Sway. Then I'm going to come to K-Sway. Go ahead, brother. K-Sway, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. Just give us a quick intro and how you feeling about the game.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think just like Guillermo said, you don't want to panic. But there's some, of course, areas concerns that, that I've been looking at that, that I actually want to know what you think about it, honestly. The biggest thing is that I don't see Mitch being incorporated into the offense. There's some pet peeves of mine, like, where are you handing the ball off to him? The dude is 7 foot tall. Why are you bringing the ball down so low to where he actually can't even grab the ball? That stuff like that, it irritates me.
Right.
So far as with Frank, I'm part of the team that defends Frank, but I would like to see Frank to have a little bit more sense of urgency. It seems like he's walking the ball up the court sometimes, and sometimes, you got to push. You don't want to let the defense, set, make it easy for them. And I really want to see how DSJ is going to look with the team as the point guard. And, now it's time to see, I want to see Frank do well, but I really want to see DSJ and see what he's going to do.
Okay. All right. And I guess my man changed his name, Afro Latin Knicks. Coming to you, brother.
I mean, it's Ross Kamara, but I got to switch the name, man. I
Yeah.
can't even show my face right now, but that was tough.
Uh-huh.
I have to say, Sim. One thing that I noticed is that a lot of the players from the Wizards, they are playing for a role. They're playing like last year. Mitchell was playing, like Alonzo Trier was playing. So they trying to get a contract. So I feel them on the way. Anderson is not signed. He's trying to get that two-way contract. So I know that they were more hungry in this game, but I'm just more concerned about tomorrow. The media is going to kill us, but.
Well, listen, the media is the media. We'll see. Hopefully some of them will know and understand that this is a preseason game. There's a lot of things that the Knicks got to fix. You can't expect them to come right out the gate, in preseason and just be this really, really good team. You got 7-8 new players on the team. And they've got to, not only do they have to come together on the offensive side of the floor, but they've got to come together on the defensive side of the floor as well. It takes a little bit of time to learn each other's tendencies and all that kind of stuff. So look, we got some topics we're going to discuss and we're going to get into it. All right. For right now, I want to go over the game recap. All right. And take a look. We're going to take a look at the game recap, take a look at some of the stats, talk about some of the things that we've seen in the game as we go over this game recap. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this thing up there. You're not going to like it. I can tell you that right now, folks. If you're listening in, if you didn't get to see the game, you're not going to like this. Trust me. But here we go. The Knicks started off the game playing very well. They had a 15-point lead. Looked a lot like it did in the first game, the first time they played the Washington Wizards. And it looked like, okay, you know what? Maybe these guys are really for real. But then the Washington Wizards said, no, you know what? We're not going to let it go down this way. We've got to start playing basketball. And they kicked it into gear. Right. We're going to go over some overall stats, and then we'll break it down quarter by quarter. All right. The Wizards tonight shot 44.9% from the field. They shot 46.3% from three. 19 for 41 from three. It was ridiculous. They had 11 3-pointers in the first half. They made another 8 in the second half. 19 for 41 from three. And guys were shooting threes wide open. It was like being in practice. Guys were shooting threes wide open. It was ridiculous. It was pretty bad. And I was pretty upset at times with the way the defense looked in these particular situations. The Wizards shot 69.6% from the free throw line. The Knicks, again, with a bad shooting night, they shot 39% from the field, 29.4% from three. You see, in Washington, the Knicks shot like 40 or 42% from the field, whatever it was, but they shot 43% from three. Tonight, they shot 39% from the field, 29.4% from three, 10 for 34. They were 78.1% from the free throw line. The Knicks, they did well on the glass. They dominated the glass. Right? They won the glass 52-43. They had 40 defensive rebounds, 12 offensive rebounds. They had 21 assists on the night. We need to do better. We can do better. There was more ISO this game than we've seen in Washington. They had 9 steals, 4 blocks, and 23 turnovers on tonight. 23 turnovers. That's got to change. We had 15 turnovers the last game in Washington. We had 23 turnovers tonight. Now, we can say that the Washington Wizards picked up their defense a little bit, maybe. And maybe the Knicks are thinking a little bit out there. I don't know. But it wasn't pretty for the Knicks tonight. The Washington Wizards' biggest lead was 22. The Knicks' biggest lead was 15. The longest run was 20. And, I don't know how much more you can say about it, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks jumped out to a 15-point lead in that first quarter. They ended up only leading the first quarter by 6 points, 30-24. In the second quarter, they let the Wizards go on a huge run. The Knicks lost the second quarter 41-17. They lost the third quarter. They finally won the fourth quarter. But, it just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. Basically, that's the story of the game, folks. The Knicks did not play defense. Right? And I know it's only a preseason game. But again, in these preseason games, this is when you are developing your habits. This is when you're developing your habits. This is when you are setting the tone for the season. And you can see the way that Fizdale is playing, guys. He's not throwing out guys that's going to come off the end of the bench. He's not throwing those guys out there. He's playing guys that he thinks is going to get minutes in the rotation. Iggy played. We got to see Alonzo Trier for some extended action. But for the most part, he's playing guys that he sees is going to be in a rotation. take it for what you want. Fizdale wants to win games in this preseason, I believe. You know, and he's going to experiment with lineups and play with lineups and those type of things. Of course, he has to, but he wants to win games. We didn't do it tonight. We get another chance on Wednesday. We get another chance next Wednesday. Got some time between now and Wednesday to work on the game. We got some time between now and Wednesday to correct some of the things that we've seen tonight, especially that three-point line defense. That three-point line defense was, I can't even say, bro. That three-point line defense was terrible. Again, the Washington Wizards shot 46.3% from that three-point line, 19 for 41. They killed us. Too many times they were wide open from that three-point line. Wide open. I want to know why. What is it? There were times when people didn't seem to know who had the three-point shooter. Who was supposed to be the person closing out. We're going to fix those things, hopefully. We'll fix those things. It is preseason. So I'm not going to go too crazy because it is preseason. It's like Guillermo said, it's preseason. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. Let's talk about it a little bit because I want to know what happened to the defense. That's what I want to know. What happened to the defense? We had such good defense in Washington. Played great defense. Tonight we gave up 115. You know, is it something that we did different? Is it something with the lineups? Or is it just this is how it goes some nights? It's hard to say. Very hard to say, but we're going to talk about it. So let's get these guys back on the board. And you can call in, ladies and gentlemen, 516-405-2246. You can call in, talk to me about it. All right. I'm going to start. Okay, Nate, I'm going to come to you first, and then I'm going to come to Guillermo. Let me know. What happened to the defense, man?
So, Sim, when it comes to defense, for me, defense is about passion and desire and momentum. You know, when you get stops, when you're making shots, you're feeling good. You want to get down and get on the defense. But I feel like with this young team, they're up and down. You know, when they're making shots, they want to defend. They feel good. You know, they're getting points on the board. They want to get down and dirty on the defensive end. When they're not making shots, they look lost. They look frustrated. I don't know what it is, but they just they didn't look inspired tonight. And I've seen way too many of that in last year. Like if you watch a lot of Knicks games, there were some games where we defended for maybe, a half. And in the second half, it's like we forgot how to play defense. And you know who I blame? I blame Fizdale. Because Fizdale has got to get in their heads, and he has got to keep preaching, get back on defense. Don't worry about your shot. Keep playing defense. If they don't score, we have a chance to get back in this game. I mean, if you watch Popovich in the past, I mean, he don't care how many baskets you score. It's how you get back on defense and how you defend. And that's what Fizdale needs to do. And the thing I worry about with Fizdale is I don't think he's a defensive coach, Sim. I really don't. I think he talks a big game about coaching defense and playing hard defense, but we don't see the adjustments. We don't see the intensity on when they're not getting back on defense. You know, too many breakdowns, and Fizdale's just clapping his hands like, hey, we'll get that again. No, you got to get in their face. You got to be more intense. And I don't know if that's the type of coach he is, but it starts with a coach. I truly believe you got to install defense, believe defense, eat and breathe defense for this to work.
Okay. Now he did say, he's not there to make guys happy.
Yeah,
he's there to play players. You heard you heard him during the game. He's going to play the players that are going to win. And if guys want to play,
he said win.
Well, defense is a part of winning. I believe that he wants to play defense. Is he a defensive coach? We're going to find out. Can he really scheme for defense? We're going to find out. One thing that I do see is a lot of switching. I'm going to come back to you, Nate. I see a lot of switching. You know what I mean? Guys are doing a lot of switching. And when you have a new group of players doing a lot of switching, could be problematic. Right? It could be problematic because guys aren't used to each other's tendencies. Guys aren't used to where each other's, where they move and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Guillermo, what happened to the defense?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Again, guys, perspective. So there were rotations with Randle and Portis, who are two guys who are not the best defensively. I think Fizdale, the thing is that he's trying to test out certain rotations, right? So the first game, guys were switching on defense and they were aggressive on the perimeter. That's one thing, right? So when people say, "Oh, Fizdale's not preaching," like, let's chill out. We don't know what he's saying in the what's saying. And if you want a rah coach who gets on you and grinds out defense, look where Tom Thibodeau is now. So it's not a sense of you have to scream at your players to get the point across. Like, he might be saying this, but again, he's he's testing out rotations to see what works, and I don't mind it. First game, guys were getting on the perimeter and defending. That's fine. And also the Wizards, again, they shot out of their mind. There are guys who are playing probably for, I don't want to say the NBA lives, but they're playing for something, because I saw it where I can count how many times where I saw Mitchell Robinson's hand in somebody's face. I saw even Randall's hands in somebody's face on the three. And the guys hit the shot. And look, 36-3, 36-6 run or whatever they made, it's absurd. So, there were times where the defense, concentration was hurt, where I think I can't remember, was it Wagner Moritz where he caught one down low and even Walt Frazier kind of like moaned or whatever, and he just laid up the ball or whatever. Stuff like that, communication gets lost when you don't have certain guys like Morrison, blah, blah. So, yes, there's certain things they have to preach, but again, they're trying out different rotations to see. Do you think that – we talked about this, Sim. We talked about the extreme rotation of Mitch, Randle, and Portis. You know what I mean? If Fizdale goes out and tries it, and he's trying to see what works, all right? So that could be a squad that scores a lot of points, gets a lot of offensive rebounds, but they don't defend well. So then he has to see, maybe take out Mitch and put this guy, take out Portis. So it's a lot of mismatch. In terms of what they're trying on defense, I think they're trying better, because that first game, they were getting on the perimeter. You saw Morris talking to guys. You saw Payne getting guys. So it's not – the communication is the key. Guys have to go out. And again, when people say the switching, right, switching's not necessarily bad. Taj Gibson himself said that back in those Bulls teams that he had, guys would switch and they were aggressive. You can switch on defense, but you have to be aggressive, right? So last year when we had Cantor, when we had Frank Nitti and Cantor was so bad that he wouldn't either commit tough enough or he just wouldn't commit enough. And so he let the guy have a floater, take a little mid-range shot, blah, blah. So, but when you have a center, if Mitch could get his feet down like he did at the end of the season last year when DJ was getting him along, when you have guys who can switch properly on defense, it helps, especially when you have to switch late and the guy has to make a quick decision, right? So say it's a pick and roll and crap, Mitch Robinson's in my face and I got to take an ill-advised mid-range and he gets a hand on it or it's not a good shot. That's not a bad switch. So when guys think about switching, you can't fight through everything. It just doesn't make sense. The thing about on pick and roll, you need proper communication. You need to know who you're playing with. And you have to say, hey, on this, with this set, with these players, because I know this guy can't shoot well or whatever, and he's going to drive to the basket, you got to switch on him. I can't help you out. You got to switch on him. Or if this big man's in the way, blah, blah, do this. This guy's a pick and pop guy. Maybe I can fight through it. Or this guy sets weak screens. I can fight through it. It's all this communication, but let's just chill out on Fizdale. Again, Knicks fans, stop. We're too emotional. First game, Fizdale's the greatest coach on earth. Now it's Fizdale gotta say this and that. Guys, I'm pretty sure he's saying this stuff. Fizdale comes from a defensive tree. If he's implementing things, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be predicated on defense. He came from Miami, so he did with the Grizzlies. So let's chill out. He's not trying to tank like last year, because last year even I was against it, but I didn't want to fire him. I just didn't like it. Let's chill out. I think he's trying out rotations. Let's take a breather, guys.
Now, see, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with switching, right? There's nothing wrong with switching at all, especially when you have players that are around the same size, same height, right? And they're able to and they're able to switch off onto other players. You know what I mean? I mean, if you can switch if you can switch successfully, it probably helps your defense, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can really negate penetration. You know what I'm saying? They successfully switched when they were in Washington. What I'm saying is, with them being so many new players, Washington, obviously, they're going to make some adjustments, probably game plan a little bit, not a lot, but just enough. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in preseason, you're going to practice that too, right? You're going to practice game planning a little bit too. So they probably, looked at some things and said, okay, if this happens, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, whatever. Now you got a bunch of new guys that really haven't played with each other much.
Right.
Now they got to figure out, okay, how do we handle these adjustments? And you don't know what players are going to do because you haven't been around them. You haven't played with them. So you don't know what their tendencies are. You know what I mean? So when you're playing that switching kind of a defense, you still got to figure out, okay, what does Marcus Morris like to do in this situation? Right? Julius Randle, Marcus Morris. They got to figure out what each other likes to do. Yeah, you can communicate it, but you can communicate it. But, the first few times, you probably don't communicate. You probably don't talk. It probably just happens. Your body takes over and you do whatever you're accustomed to doing. Now the other player has to figure it out. And then the communication starts. Okay, you do this and I'm going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, like you said, the Wizards just got hot.
Yeah, Tim.
They got hot. When you
watch that game, when you watch the Wizards, like, they were making. I'm not talking about the open threes. They were making threes in guys' faces. Now, if they didn't go on that 36-3 or 36-6 run, whatever the hell it was, and say maybe they hit 50% of those shots and the game was a lot closer, people say, "Oh, the defense was good. They're forcing bad shots." It's like, dude, like, watch the Knicks closely. Like, that wasn't. Certain things is just like, once teams get hot, they're going to get hot. Now, you can change the defense where, you try to stop them and make those threes and you force them to penetrate and things like that nature. But that's perspective. The Wizards were playing out of their minds. That whole Morris thing probably got them pissed. Let's chill out. A lot of guys who we acquired didn't come from defensive backgrounds, or they're not known for being defensive players. Like, literally, Marcus Morris is probably the most accomplished defensively. So, when he's not in, communications aren't on point, or when Elfrid Payton's not in, communications aren't on point. The backcourt doesn't have synergy with the front court. Mitchell Robinson was getting caught out and, giving up his feet, jumping into guys and things of that nature. Plays break it down. But I think what they're trying to do, again, they're trying to get rotations and they're trying to at least have one guy. They had Taj with guys. They had Robinson with guys. They're trying to at least have one defensive stalwart to kind of see, all right, is he that type of vocal leader? Is he this? Is that? Blasey. So let's just – did I like it? Obviously, you don't like to lose, but it's not like the Wizards got hot. They got white hot. That's not really their game. So, I mean, let's breathe on this one. Fizz is trying. I think he's trying to do something, so I don't mind it too much.
Okay. All right. Let me take a minute. I want to look at some of the box scores. We're going to take a look at the box score real quick. All right. And look at who did what. Then we're going to start talking about some players. All right, and breaking down some of the players. All right, let's switch this over to the Knicks. I'm not too much worried about the Washington Wizards. Marcus Morris led the team in scoring with 21 points. He had 21 points, 6 rebounds. Second game in a row that he led the team in scoring. And I want to ask a question about Marcus Morris and the fact that he's been the leading scorer. All right. But we'll get to that in a minute. Julius Randle, he had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. And while Julius Randle hasn't been, I'm not sure if he's been what people expect right now. Right? I'm not sure. But I will say he has shown an overall type of play. An overall versatile style of play. Like I said, he had 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists tonight. Okay. He played 28 minutes. Not sure if I expected him to play 28 minutes, but he played 28 minutes tonight. There's some things I want to talk about with Julius Randle's game, but we're going to get to that. Let me finish going over the box score with you. All right. Also, for the New York Knicks, Mitchell Robinson only played 10 minutes. He was in foul trouble all night long. He had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, no blocks, 0 blocks. Mitchell Robinson's got to learn to stay on his feet, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to stay on his feet. He couldn't stay on the floor tonight. And, that partly affected the Knicks defense. Now, the Washington Wizards scored most of their points on the perimeter. It's not like they were killing us in the paint. They were scoring on the perimeter. But we need Mitchell Robinson out there. RJ Barrett played 35 minutes tonight. He played 39 minutes the last preseason game in Washington. He had 15 points, shot 40% from the field, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. He had 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 1 block. Alfred Payton played 25 minutes. He had 0 points, 0 for 9 from the field. He had 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. He was negative 24 on the night. Bobby Portis played 29 minutes. He had 13 points, shot 33% from the field, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. Taj Gibson, he played 14 minutes. He had 8 points. He also had 4 rebounds. Wayne Ellington played 21 minutes. He had 6 points. It was 2 for 4 from 3. 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Frank Ntilikina played 19 minutes. He had 5 points. He was 2 for 7 from the field. 0 for 3 from 3. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. Iggy played a couple of minutes. He had 6. Played 6 minutes, no points. Took 2 shots, took 2 3-point shots. Donuts out everywhere else. Alonzo Trier played 16 minutes. He had 14 points in that 16 minutes. He shot 57% from the field. 2 for 4 from 3-point line. All right. He also had 5 turnovers on the night. I'm pretty sure, Alonzo Trier was looking to come in and get his, They're going to come in and get his since he didn't play a lot of minutes. We're going to get to our first phone call on the night, ladies and gentlemen. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
The blackest time.
What's good with you, brother? How you feeling?
I'm good.
All right. So, what's your takeaways from what's your takeaways from the game tonight, man?
I mean, watching it was pretty upsetting, but I had time to let it settle in, and we really only played 1 bad quarter. It's very reminiscent of last year, with the 1 quarter just killing us.
True.
And us having to, try to make that up. Overall, I put the most of the blame, I would say, like on Fizdale. But at the same time, I mean, I'm sure he's trying to figure out the roster. Yeah, you gotta stop that bleeding. Like 15 to being down 15. That's a 30-point swing right there. Like that's not. You gotta figure out how to stop that bleeding. Maybe bring Trier in sooner. But basically, I just try to focus on the positives and what I liked. Because you take away that second quarter, we probably win the game, and if not, it's about even. So.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, because you say we got to stop that bleeding, right? And Fizdale, he called some timeouts, tried to get the team together, tried to get guys in some kind of rhythm, right? what about the players, though? I mean, who's the guy that's going to stabilize the team? Because right now, Julius Randle hasn't done it. Marcus Morris has tried, but Julius Randle hasn't done it. When, the last 2 games we played the Wizards, they went on a run. Julius Randle hasn't been able to stabilize the team. So where we need a player to be able to step up and stabilize the team. From what you've seen so far.
Stabilize. If it's get a bucket, it's gotta be Trier. It's gotta be Trier, being that he's not in the starting lineup. I mean, we haven't seen Smith and how that's gonna translate. But even if Smith isn't starting, Smith can score. But beyond that, Trier is a scorer. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen what he does, and he's hard to guard. So if it's who's gonna get us a bucket when we're in a drought, I say Trier. I don't know why he didn't even come into the game until the second half. But stabilize, that's like more of a defensive thing. And when it comes to that, it's what you was talking about, in the off season with Mitch. I mean, I was in disagreement, and I still feel like Mitch is going to be able to stay on the floor because we've seen him do it last year. We've seen him start the season with ticky-tack fouls and almost fouling out. So I don't think that's going to be. I think he's going to turn that around again. So, but I think he's the difference maker defensively. One, he can block threes. He led the league in block threes last year. So that's number one. But we don't really want him on the perimeter all the time. But I think him being on the floor is going to help everybody else stay in their spot.
No, I agree with you there. I agree with you there. We definitely need Mitch on the floor. We need Mitch to be on the floor. You know what I'm saying? That's without a doubt. Mitch has got to be on the floor, to help stabilize the defense. But still, on the offensive side of the floor, you still kind of need somebody to stabilize that offense when things are going haywire. You know what I mean? And the question during the offseason, all offseason long, has been, can Julius Randle stabilize that offense? Can he be that stabilizer? Can he be that guy? But we'll see. We're going to see how things progress and go along.
Here's the thing with Julius.
Because right now, I think Fizdale's still learning how to use Julius Randle.
I agree. I don't think we should use him as a go-to guy. I don't think anyone should be a go-to guy. I think we really need to come into the game thinking anybody could lead us in scoring at any time. You know what I mean? I think that's the best way to utilize Julius. And honestly, if it came down to putting the ball in somebody's hand as far as that starting unit, I go with RJ. One is going to help him develop faster, and I mean, this kid could get to the basket. And I say by mid-season, he's probably going to be second in free throws per game.
Okay, yeah, I definitely agree with that. I agree. He'll probably be second in free throws per game or something like that. I'm with you there, 100%. I'm with you there. Yeah, I mean, R.J. Barrett tonight, he went to the free throw line once. He was 1 for 2. Well, that'll pick up. I'm pretty sure that'll pick up. R.J. Barrett's playing 35 minutes a night. Well, right now he's about 37 minutes a night. Is that going to happen all season long?
Mm, nah, it can't. I mean, you figure Dotson's hurt right now. You figure Bullock is gonna be out for a while. So I mean, once these guys come back, I mean,
I mean,
it's
but you got
possible just
Trier and you
because
got Wayne Ellington.
He can probably play 1, 2, and 3. So
True.
I mean, that's gonna help him get more minutes.
True, because he was
And
playing one down the
it's
stretch.
similar to what he was saying in one of his little interviews. Like, defense is gonna keep him on the floor, and playing multiple positions is gonna keep him on the floor. So,
Yeah.
and I like his defense so far.
Yeah. Oh, I love his defense so far. He seems to be, he's seem to have a good defensive IQ. He knows when to switch, who his man should be. I love what he's doing on the defensive side of the floor. It's just, he's playing right now. He's averaging 37 minutes a game, but you still do. Like I said, you got Alonzo Trier, you got Wayne Ellington in that shooting guard spot, and you do have some guys, you got 2 guys playing the 1 spot. You got some guys that's at the 3 spot. He's getting 37 minutes. Fizdale believes and wants to see him out there on the floor, or believes in him. So,
I mean, it also depends on. That's another thing that I look at when I watch this game. I know Mitch didn't play much because of foul trouble, so that's one. Knox didn't play at all. He was injured. Knox defense is not great, but that boy can shoot. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big difference maker. Not having him tonight compared to last game.
true.
So you gotta take everything into consideration when you're doing your critiques. Not you. I'm speaking to everyone.
In general, I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like, look at every aspect, and just like you don't want the players to get too high and get too low. Let us not get too high and get too low. Or you know what I mean? Just try to put everything in perspective.
Okay. All right. Yeah, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Hey, Tony, I'm going to let you rock so we can get a couple more calls in, okay?
No doubt. Shout out to the chat. Yo, Black is time.
I appreciate you.
Doing your thing.
Peace. Speaking of Julius Randle, at the moment, I'm still watching, and I want to see how Julius Randle is going to respond. Right now, he's getting double and triple teamed when he gets the ball in the post. When he goes to the basket, they just collapse on Julius Randle. And right now, he is very late at getting that ball out to the people on the perimeter. I'm anxious to see if Julius Randle is going to make those changes, if he's going to grow and develop as the season goes on. I hope and believe that he will. Because he finds himself in traffic a lot of the time. A lot of the time, he finds himself in traffic. So far, Julius Randle hasn't been that stabilizer or go-to guy. I'm not saying that he has to be, but that was one of the questions coming into the season. Now, it's only been 2 preseason games. When the season really starts, we're really going to get a chance to see the way that Fizdale uses Julius Randle. Right now, it's an experiment. Everything's an experiment. You know what I'm saying? Everything is an experiment. We're still trying to, they're still filling each other out. But I can only comment right now on what I see. That's what I see. That he needs to, he needs to learn to get the ball out of his hands faster, recognize the double and triple teams quicker so that he can move the basketball. Don't get himself in trouble. If you see 3 people got their feet in the paint, you probably don't have a lane. Move the ball. It's going to come back to you. And then, of course, as time goes on, Fizdale will come up with some other schemes that can help him get free and isolated in the post where there's not that many people around him. We're going to see. But we need, right now, Marcus Morris has been our best offensive stabilizer. He's been the best player to me so far. Again, tonight, Marcus Morris had 21 points. He shot 61.5% from the field. He shot 42.9% from three. This is tonight. He had 6 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal. He played 30 minutes. He also had a block. All right. To me, Marcus Morris has been the best player. I want to know from you all, is Marcus Morris going to be our best player all season long? Will Julius Randle rise, or will Marcus Morris be that best player? Will Marcus Morris continue to play in this manner? That's what I want to know. Will he be the stabilizer on this team? Will he be, Famo said Morris, the number 1 option, laugh out loud. Hey, that might not be a laugh out loud, Famos, man. It might not be a laugh out loud. That's my question. That is my question right now. Is Marcus Morris going to end up being the guy? Is he, you said Morris legit looking like a star, to be honest. Well, I mean, so far he has. So far. It's a good question, man. It's a good question. Give me a call, 516-405-2246. I want to hear from you. Is Marcus Morris going to be the guy? Is Marcus Morris a star for this team? For this team, I mean. I'm not trying to say he's going to be an all-star or anything like that. I'm not going crazy, jumping out the window for Marcus Morris. I'm just asking, for this team, is Marcus Morris going to be the one that rises to the top? You know what I mean? He has the attitude already of that type of a player. I want to see what they talk about in the appearance. I want to see what these guys think. Oh, let me get to a phone call first, then I'll get to those guys. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, what's going on with you, brother?
Hi, good night. This is Peter from Belize. Feel that, yeah, it's rough being a Knicks fan in this country, but we do what we can. Yeah, I'm looking at the Knicks roster and just want I have like three points. Looking at the Knicks roster, the way it's put together, and I don't think that the management really feels that this is going to be the final roster going into the trade deadline. I feel that they just try to get some pieces and see what's valuable and see if they can package something to try and get some other player. You know, we weren't able to get a real superstar in free agency, but maybe we try to get something via trade. And the next thing, I'm looking at the 1-2 punch for the Knicks going to be Morris and RJ Barrett. I think those are the legit 1-2 combo that we have right now. I feel the ball sticks with Julius Randle as the NBA has moved out of that dominant guy in the post, and I feel that his game is sort of limited to that post game. And looking at the game coming towards the end, Frank Ntilikina, I think, killed the whatever momentum that we were trying to bring. I think we were at 10 points, and we could have brought it to within 8 or within 7. And instead of him driving to the basket, he opted to push the ball out. I believe it was to Iso Zoe. And Iso wasn't ready to take that shot, and that sort of killed the game. And then the game jumped from 10 right back up to 20 in the end, right? So I don't know why Frank is so gun shy. I'll just leave it at that.
So I know what play you're talking about. He took a backdoor cut, and whoever it was hit him on the. I think it was maybe Marcus Morris hit him on the backdoor cut, or maybe it was Bobby Portis. One of the two. Frank Ntilikina did a backdoor cut, hit him on the backdoor cut, and he went up, and then he brought it back down and he swung it back out. Me too. I was like,
yeah,
you got to take that. That's your shot. Now he did come down on maybe 1 or 2 other play, maybe 2 plays later, and crossed over and went to the basket. But yes, he's got to take that when he's there. You know what I mean? I thought he should have went up. He kicked it out to Zoe.
You know, and,
Next
and
time
what is even more frustrating with it is that he was how would I say it? It's not like he was the guy was smothering him. He had the advantage on the player to go up, but he just opted to kick it out. I know you're looking for a three, you're trying to cut into the lead, but come on, it's a single digit lead. And it could have been and one as well, so he could have gotten 3 points out of it. So I think Frank, I don't know. I saw something different in FIBA, but I'm not seeing it. I don't know if he's intimidated by the NBA game and he's not in FIBA. I don't know what is Frank Ntilikina's problem.
Well, I mean, it's the style of play that he plays, I think. I mean, it's just that's what it is right now. I think the style of play tonight, again, 19 minutes, 5 points. It was 2 for 7 from the field, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Frank Ntilikina. Let me ask you, Marcus Morris.
Yeah.
Right now, Marcus Morris is averaging for the Knicks so far this season. He's averaging 19 points. He's shooting, over 50% from the field so far in this preseason. Is Marcus Morris our best player?
This is what I look at. I know we're in this league where you have to be trying to look who is going to be the face of the franchise and who's going to be selling jerseys. You have that whole business side of it. But the thing is, when coaches start to locking in on a player and said, this is the best player, Morris or Barrett, who is going to be those guys that are going to be knocking down shots around those guys? That is what I want to know. And I don't really know if we have a legitimate 3-4 guys that we can surround our star players with that can knock down consistent 3-point shooting. Who are going to be those guys that can keep us in the game shooting threes? Because as I said, I see guys where the ball sticks, and with Marcus Morris, I think the ball sticks with him.
It does.
I like RJ Barrett because I think he has that Mamba mentality that he can take a game over, and you're gonna need that when you have a KD or when you have a Kawhi Leonard on the other end of the floor. But I just don't trust that we have enough shooting on this team, and that is why I asked with my first point. Do you feel that we just got pieces that wanted to come that we're going to package for other types of players that more suits what the Knicks want to do long term down the road?
Well, I think they tried to get players that were going to fit together. Bobby Portis is supposed to be not supposed to be. He shoots 39% from 3. That's what he shot last season. Wayne Ellington shot 37% from 3. Kevin Knox, he shot 35% from 3 last season. He says he wants to take it up to 40% this season. I think that he can shoot at least 37% from 3. Alonzo Trier can knock it down from 3. I think a lot's going to have to do with the lineups, though.
I have one more thing, not to cut you across. I have one more thing that's in my head. I do believe that we have a problem at point guard where I feel we need more of a scoring point guard, and that is why I feel we have to go with Dennis Smith Jr. more than an Elfrid Payton, because we have too much gun-shy point guards on this team, including Frank, including Elfrid, and I feel that coming down the stretch when you're facing a Russell Westbrook, facing a lot of these Damian Lillards and these guys who are not gun-shy point guards, you're going to have a guy at that same position that can answer the call, along with an RJ Barrett and a Marcus Morris that you can kick out when the defense are closing in on these point guards, that they can kick it out for those corner threes. So I just don't like the where we're at right now, but I do like where we're heading.
Okay, and listen, I agree with you, because if that was Dennis Smith Jr. who did that backdoor cut and received that pass from Morris or Bobby Portis, I don't remember who it was, it probably would have been a dunk.
Yep.
It probably would have been a dunk. But then the question is, would Dennis Smith Jr. have made that backdoor cut? I'm going to bank on the fact that he would have. I'm going to say he would have made that cut. or would he have came around and tried to get the ball in his hands out on the perimeter? You know what? We're gonna see the way these things look when Dennis Smith Jr. gets back. Hopefully he'll be back on Wednesday, you know, and we'll get a chance to see him out there. Hey, my man, I appreciate the call. You're in Belize right now?
Yes, I am in Belize right now, but I would like for you to comment on this when I get off the phone.
Okay.
Who do you feel is out there on another team at the trade deadline that we can add on the Knicks that can help get us to the playoffs? I feel we got pieces to get to the playoffs this year, but who do we need that's out there right now?
Oh, man. Geez, I mean, everybody knows
I like watching this kid Wagner tonight. Is Wagner a big part of the future of the Wizards? I like what I saw from Wagner tonight, number 21.
I think he probably is. I was like, yeah. He is pretty good. I think he probably is a part of their future. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they need the Wizards got to have young guys like him. They need young guys like him because their contract situation is crazy with John Wall and stuff like that. The salary cap situation is kind of crazy. So they need young guys like him. And actually, I think it's pronounced Wagner or something like that. But who's out there? You know, right now, I kind of want to see how we can put these guys together and then start, you know, clearing up the gluts that we have and stuff like that. You know,
I just wanna put this out there. I'm salty. I'm a salty Knicks fan. I hated that KD and Kyrie dissed us and went over to our Brooklyn. And I'm telling you, the Nets will never sniff the NBA Finals with those two. I guarantee.
I agree with you.
They will never sniff the Finals.
I definitely agree with you there.
Kyrie is always injured. KD may try to force things. They may end up back on their men. It's not about wanting to see bad for players, but when you sign, you already, you know, neglected us. You went somewhere else, but you don't need to be talking about who's cool and who's whatnot. We're rebuilding. We're heading in the right direction, and you're going to see the Knicks be more successful than the Nets, and we're going to own Gotham very soon. I'll leave you with that.
Facts, my man from Belize. I'm feeling that. You got to call back, man. I like having people from other countries call in. You know what I mean? But I want to ask, man. I want to get to the video chat real quick. I want to ask you guys, and I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with K Sway. Then I'll come back to you, Nate. I'm gonna start with K Sway. K Sway, I'm coming to you, brother. I want to ask you this. Is Marcus Morris our best player? Is he our offensive stabilizer? Is he the best player?
I mean, so far as the best player, I mean, I want to say, I don't know. That's kind of hard, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I know he's a fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? He's actually my personal favorite, you know what I mean? But I'll say he's playing like it. He's playing like, you know, he's the top dog, you know. With that contract we just signed, what's his name? Randle too. You would think that he would be the best player, but I think he's still trying to find himself within the system, you know what I mean? Because for one, he's attracting a lot of double teams, so of course he's like, you know, getting rid of the ball as fast as he can. But I would say, I guess, yeah, I would say he is. Okay. At least for the time being.
And you know, when you look at their contract situations between the two, you know, if you want to base anything on that, Randall's making 18, Marcus Morris is making 15. So
true.
You know, now, but of course, Julius Randle signed for
offseason, though, was all of Randle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, right. And of course, Julius Randle was signed for a couple of years, though. So, you know,
I'm looking for him to actually probably take, you know, the top dog spot. You know what I mean? Especially with all that he can do. You know, with being in the post, having the mid-range game. You know what I mean? It's technically everything is like pointing towards Randle. We're just waiting for him to just, you know, to do what he got to do. You know what I mean?
Waiting for him to take it. Yeah, I mean, but look, maybe there's some things that he has to learn, though, you know, about being the guy. I'm speaking offensively and how to, you know, just some things he has to do, you know. So we'll see.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I like the way RJ Barrett is playing. He's playing with that alpha dog mentality. You know what I mean? If he keeps doing that, give him a couple years. I mean,
listen, RJ Barrett is a very well coached kid.
Yeah,
You can
you can
see
tell.
it. He's been very well coached. He knows where to be on the floor. He knows how to get to his spots. He knows how to rotate defensively. He just knows how to play the basketball game. His offensive
Right.
game has to come around, right,
Yeah,
so that he
get
can
that jump
shoot
shot, bro.
efficiently. Right now, he's shooting about 40% from the field over these 2 preseason games. Not horrible for a rookie, I guess. He had 15 points tonight. You know what I mean? When he starts knocking down that mid-range shot,
It's over.
watch out. And consistently knocking down that 3, watch out. You know what I'm saying? You really watch out, I believe. All right, Nate, let me get to you, man. All right, man. Marcus Morris.
Yeah.
He's our best player?
Right now he is, yes, because he fits what we're trying to do. He can shoot the ball efficiently. He rebounds at a good level. His defense is not abysmal. I mean, his defense could be better, but I mean, his defense is decent. And he's a leader. He is the leader of the team. Outside of Fizdale, Marcus Morris is our leader. I feel like these young guys follow Marcus Morris's lead. I love the toughness. I love the we're not gonna back down mentality. No one's gonna come in and disrespect us. I love that. And I was the biggest fan of Marcus Morris signing here because I think this is exactly what a young team needs. They need a guy like this to light a fire under their ass. Part of my language. He's the most efficient player on the team. He probably will be the most efficient player on the team at the end of the season. I mean, the guy is a plug-in player. I mean, he can play. You can put him in any roster and he can excel. He is just that type of player.
Okay.
And right now, yeah, he is. I mean, because he's the only one that's got all the confidence in the world and is gelling. Everybody else is still kind of trying to figure things out. But I will say this: Barrett is not that far along from being the best player on this team. I am very impressed with Barrett. And oh my God, if he can just get a jump shot, this guy's going to be unstoppable.
Yeah.
He's already good in the paint.
Yeah, he'll be killing. He gets a jump shot, he's going to be killing. Let me get to a phone call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
What's up, sir?
What's going on, man? Right now, we're talking about Marcus Morris. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Right now, we're talking about Marcus Morris.
Marcus Morris.
Yeah.
So the question is he the best player on our team?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Why not?
Just because he's the leader doesn't make him the best player. We paid Julius Randle $18 million for 3 years. Well, $63 million for 3 years. He has proven it with averaging 20 and 10 last season. So just give him time. He'll come around. Just a little nervous. He'll be all right.
Okay.
And for right now, Morris has been playing good, but let's remember these past 2 games, he shot 55% from the field.
Right.
He's not going to be able to keep that up. That's not going to happen. That's going to normalize. He's going to go back to probably his regular percentages, which is 44% from the field. So him scoring 17 and on high percentages is not keeping up.
Okay. Now, the one thing I'll say is this. Has he ever been in a situation where he was the straight up the leader of the team? Right? He's always been on a team where somebody else was that person, right?
Yep.
So is it safe? I don't want to say safe to say, but is it possible that now that he is at least one of the top 2 players, that his game is stepping up to a different level and he's just ready to take this on?
You can say that. Could say it. I feel like the young guys will look towards him, but I just don't. I feel like Fizz is going to make and push Randle to be that guy. no matter what it is, he's gonna push him to be that guy because Morris is only on a 1-year deal.
I mean, I get that, right? But a coach can push a player or try to say, we want to get the ball here and there, and whatever. We want to get the ball to this player so this player can do this, that, and the other thing. But when it comes to being on the floor, a player's personality is going to rise. The best players are going to rise, no matter what the coaches try to do. In my opinion, the best players are going to rise. And the players with the personalities, their personalities are going to come, they're going to rise and they're going to come to light. And naturally, you're going to see who everybody follows. You're going to see who everyone listens to. So you can try to force it down one player's throat all you want. If that player doesn't have that personality, I'm not saying Randle does. I'm not saying Randle doesn't. I'm just speaking in general. If that player doesn't have the personality, doesn't have the ability, the player that does is going to be the one who takes over. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the one that everybody looks to. It's going to be the one that everybody follows. You know what I mean? We'll see. Hopefully, they become a good 1-2 punch.
Okay, so do you believe that Morris will keep up this high percentage shooting? And he's not getting to the free throw line, mind you. This has all been mid-range and 3-point shots.
No, I don't think he's going to continue to shoot 55% from the field.
The only person that I know in the league that can shoot 55% from perimeter as a perimeter player is LeBron James.
No, I don't think he's going to continue to shoot 55% from the field. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he has to. I don't think he has to. I mean, your best players in the league don't shoot 55% from the field unless they play under the basket, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know that he has to.
So when his numbers normalize, right?
Right.
How many shots is he going to have to take to be that scorer for us?
Well, I mean, let's see how it plays out. Let's see how many minutes he's going to be playing because, all of that stuff is going to factor in. We've got to see how it plays out. Right now, they're playing basketball. They have some sets in. Let's see how it plays out. All I'm saying is, regardless of what he's shooting from the field right now, when I'm looking at the game and I'm watching the game and someone has the ball in their hands, right now, just based on these two games, I feel most comfortable when Marcus Morris has the ball in his hands versus Julius Randle because I always get afraid that Julius Randle is going to barrel himself into traffic. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I feel more comfortable with Marcus Morris having the ball. I give you that.
Morris does this when Morris has the ball. He does look composed. He knows where he wants to go on the floor. He doesn't look out of control. So yeah, I do see that. And some nights I think Morris will be that everybody gets him the ball and get out the way that he's gonna score. He's gonna score to keep us in the game. But I don't think he's he's our best player.
Okay, all right. I respect that. Hey, my man, I appreciate the call.
All right.
Appreciate the call, man.
Give me the call. Have a good one, sir.
Peace. And we're going to find out, man. Everything's going to come to light. The Knicks offense was, for the most part, putrid tonight. Not much ball movement. You know what I'm saying? The ball really did stick. And Marcus Morris is one of those guys where the ball sticks. I will say that. The ball sticks to his hands. Not all the time, but sometimes. Him and Julius Randle, the ball sticks to those guys' hands. Now, that being said, Marcus Morris tonight shot the ball how many times? Marcus Morris shot it 13 times. Julius Randle only shot it 8 times. So, and like I see people saying in the chat, Julius Randle is learning how to play this game as the focal point of a team. You know what I mean? So we'll see how he develops in that area. And he's been playing an overall type of game. He did have 5 turnovers tonight. You know what I mean? He's got to stop barreling into traffic. He stops barreling into traffic and learns how to recognize defenses and what defenses are trying to do. He'll get better. You know what I mean? But the ball movement tonight was terrible. There was no ball movement. The ball was sticking. Guys were going one-on-one, one pass and a 3. You know, that's not the kind of basketball that I think Fizdale wants to play. That's not the kind of basketball that I want to see. We're not a high percentage shooting team. We got to play a different style. Everybody wants to play this. I'm going to explain it again. Everyone talks about pace. And at the moment, when people talk about pace, it all has to do with how many shots that a team gets up. And I don't think that's a good depiction of pace. You know, because you can shoot up bad shots. You know, you could just run up the floor and shoot up a shot and then say, oh, yeah, well, we play at a high pace. We got a high-octane offense. That's not a high-octane offense to me. Pace. I preach to my players pace and patience. I know you guys heard it before. I spoke about it a lot last season. Pace and patience. What's that mean? That means let's pass that ball up the floor. Let's get it up as fast as we can. If we can get an early layup or early clean jump shot, we take it. But when we get it in that half-court set, when we move that basketball, the ball is moving around that perimeter or wherever it's moving with pace. Players are cutting with pace. Players are moving off the ball with pace. So they're not walking to their cuts. You know, everything is with a good pace and the ball moves. Bop, 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 bop. And then you find a nice shot. That's pace to me. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily getting up as many shots as possible. So everybody wants to play this game with so-called pace and get the ball up the floor as quick as you can and shoot some kind of wild shot. Everybody can't play that style of a game. The Warriors, at least last year's Warriors and the Warriors of previous years, could play that style of game. We'll see if they play that style of game this year, if they're successful at playing that style of game. But when you have a team that shoots a low percentage from the field, you better be trying to get to the cup. You got to try to get to the cup. You know, stepping out there and shooting mad threes all over the place, it's not smart. It's not smart. See, it's smart for a team that's got a bunch of players that can shoot 40% from three. Because then, you know, obviously 3 points is better than 2. And if you're shooting 40% from three, if your team shoots 40% from three, okay. Makes sense. But when you got a team that doesn't shoot that well from three. Now, last game we shot 43%, you know, when we played the Wizards, so I got to give them that. And we're going to see if it continues. But when you have a team that doesn't shoot well from three, doesn't shoot well from mid-range and those type of things, you want to go to the cup, get fouled, go to the line. The game might be a little bit more old school with some new school themes mixed in than maybe you want. Maybe it just has to be that way. You got to play with the players that you have while you have them. So, yes, I want to play with more speed. I want to play a little bit more up-tempo, more pace, but pace the way that I consider pace to be. I don't want all these wild, crazy shots all over the place. One pass and then three trips, 4 trips up the floor. It's not smart basketball. Not smart basketball at all. Got to be smarter than that. You know what I mean? If we have to take our time and get into a half-court set, then do it. Get into a half-court set. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hi, good night. Well, I was looking at some of the comments, and, you know, I saw some of the guys calling me Miss Cleo. I'm not Miss Cleo. I'm Mr. Cleo, but I can give some predictions in the future. Call me now for your free reading, right? But I have 2 things, and I'll get off quick.
All right.
I believe Mitch Robinson is going to be a top 5 center in the league in this generation's type of center. You know, we don't have that offensive dominant center probably beside Cousins, and he's out. I believe Mitch Robinson is going to be a top 5 center. And I know that we're looking at Morris as what he can be for the Knicks, but I'm looking at that 1 year contract that he's on, and I'm saying if we're not making a playoff push, do we become sellers? And what can we get for a Morris? Can we get a first round pick and another young player? What can we get back if we are not in playoff contention and we're unable to get an extension for Morris moving forward? Do we package him with a Bobby Portis who has a player option as well? What do we do? But talk about Mitch Robinson being a top 5 center moving forward. I'll leave it with that. Call me now for your free reading.
All right. All right. Well, let me start with the Marcus Morris thing because I touched on this before. People talk about trading Marcus Morris and what can we get for Marcus Morris. Here's the thing. Marcus Morris, his contract ends this season, right? So the only way that a team is going to give up a first-round pick or give up an asset is if we are taking some of their salary so that they can clear salary cap space. That's the only, unless they believe that Marcus Morris puts them over the top. But then they've got to be guaranteed that he's going to re-sign the following season, right? And they know he wants to play. He wants to be a player in free agency. That's part of the reason why he signed on a 1-year deal to the Knicks so that he can be a player in the 2020 free agency because it's not a big crop of players in 2020 in the 2020 free agency. He might be one of the biggest name players. So he might get a nice contract. So trading Marcus Morris is not going to be as easy and as simple as some people think, in my opinion. Because the Knicks don't want to take on salary. Some team is going to want to relieve themselves of salary if they're going to give us a draft pick or something like that. You know, so we've got to look at that. Now, as far as Mitch Robinson, I believe that Mitchell Robinson has the ability. He has the talent. It's all going to be upstairs and learning the basketball game. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have a big basketball IQ. All I'm saying is it's going to be up here. He's got to learn the basketball game. You know what I mean? And when he learns the basketball game, I think we'll get a better assessment of him being potentially a top 5 center in the league. You know what I mean? Do I think he has the ability? Yes. Let him learn the basketball game. I don't want to put pressure on him to say, everyone predicts him to be a top 5 center in the league, and now there's pressure on him to be that. I just want him to learn the basketball game, play the basketball game. I believe he's going to work hard and try to achieve everything that he can achieve. You know what I'm saying? And then let the chips fall where they may. As long as he's working hard to achieve that, we'll let the chips fall. It's going to be up to the coaching staff to help him develop some of those skills that he needs to be a top 5 player, if that's what his ceiling is. You know what I mean? But right now, he's got to learn. He's got to be able to stay on the floor first, right? He's got to learn how to stay on the floor. Once he learns how to, and then when he learns to stay on the floor, then, we'll see him, he'll be able to step it up to the next level. So, I love Mitchell Robinson, and I think Mitchell Robinson is going to be a very good player in this league for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? He's just got to grow up. He's a kid. He's just got to grow up a little bit. You know what I mean? He's going to grow up in the league, but that should be a good thing for him. You know what I mean? Once he gets stronger, he learns the game a little bit better, he'll be tough. All right? Let's get back over here to this video chat because I got Rob the Nick in here. And I want to ask Rob the Nick, why is it that David Fizdale hasn't really been playing Trier? Rob the Nick, I'm coming to you, my man. And then I want to hear from Esco. Esco, I want you to call in because I want to find out from you why David Fizdale hasn't been playing Alonzo Trier. So, Rob, you ready? I'm coming to you, bro. I'm coming to you.
Rob,
what's
no doubt.
What's
What's
going?
going on, Sims?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. What's up, man? Hey.
Hey, yo, nothing but love, nothing but love. Hey, look, it's one thing I want to say about the game before I start talking about my man Trier. You know that. You know how me and him roll. We like two flat tires. We lay down together. We get up together. But look, this is what. Hey, look, this is what I got to say about the game today. Hey, look, this is.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
look,
Go
Sims,
ahead.
this is what I got to say about the game today. Fizdale was trying something.
All right, what was
Hey,
that?
look,
What was
he
that?
let them boys out there to suffer. The same way that they won, he wanted to see them die.
Okay, that's okay.
And
I'm with that though.
he let them out there. We was cheering on this the first time. We like, okay, yo, ball out. But Sims was showing the fans what you need. And what you needed in this game today, if he would have put Trigger in there off the gate, we wouldn't have lost this game. He showed, look, his face. Man, you seen Trigger's face. Trigger was like, yo, I do this every day.
So
you bring me in when you want to bring me in. This job is mine. Move Barrett down to the 3, work everything else out.
Okay, so
Move
tell me.
Barrett
So
down to the 3. To the 3. He got to be something. Trigger got to be in the starting lineup. He shoots too efficient.
So tell me why so far this preseason he's played a total of 23 minutes.
Because
why is that?
Because Fizdale told him, he said, bro, you straight. Don't need to worry about this. I need to look at this new talent.
Okay. That was my next question.
You can do.
That was my next question. That was my next question. Is it that Fizdale knows what Trier can do? And so he's like, let me look at some of these other guys and see what they can do. That was my next question.
Yeah, look, this man balled out of control his first year. Summer League, he showed out his first game. Look, you're a part of this team. The higher anarchy of the Knicks is saying, you here. And I appreciate what you do. Did you see what he did when he came into the game?
Yeah,
he didn't argue no calls. Not that he was so efficient like I always said he was going to be. But look, he did not argue no calls. That's a professional. They got rattled. That team that Fizdale put on the floor earlier, they got rattled. And Fizdale let him stay out there. I love what he did to him. I loved it.
Okay.
Y'all won that game? Okay. Now that y'all shook, and guess what they didn't do? Nobody in that whole run, that 36-6 run, the ball never went in the post not one time. And that was Peyton. That was Peyton. Because you got to be able to control the team and anarchy going around. And when shit got out of order, he showed that he couldn't do it. He didn't make no shots. He didn't make the right pass. He never directed somebody down into the post. But yet, when Frank got in the game, and you know I'm not a big Frank fan, Frank did all of that. When Frank, yes, he passed the ball off, and he started dumping that ball down in there in the middle. And they started working inside out. If you look at how Peyton was now, he's going to have to learn from that. I'm not saying that he's not going to learn. You got to work inside. When shit get critical, you go inside out. And he never did that. That ball ran around the perimeter for 10 minutes. And then we wound up down by 15.
Yeah.
It was crazy just looking at it, but I like what Fizdale did. Worked their way out of it.
Okay.
You beat this team. This is the same team that beat the team. Oh, now y'all can't figure your way out of it? And he put it on the point guard. And he got flustered. Peyton got flustered.
Okay.
He did not know what to do. He could not control the floor. on that 36-6 run. Frank came in, and all he gave him was Trier. He said, look, you take Trier with you. Now let me see what you do.
Yeah. All right.
They damn near brought him back.
Yeah, he did. He almost brought him back. I will say that. Trier almost brought him back. Let me get to P. Diddy. P. Diddy just joined us in the chat. Right? P. Diddy.
All right, what's up?
What's popping, brother? How you feeling?
Yo, what's up? I can't. Sorry, I need to mute someone. But thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Andrew TV, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go follow and subscribe to Andrew TV. All right, man. So,
thanks, man.
What's up with what's going on with Fizdale and Trier right now?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Is it the fact? Is it Fizdale knows what Trier can do, and so he's just like, okay, I'm gonna see what some of these other guys can do, or what?
I have a feeling that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? And I mean, he played really well tonight. You know what I mean? He played really well, but I think it's just a second preseason game. We have to see what how it's gonna look moving forward. But because he's been playing RJ a lot of minutes, I'm thinking he's trying to see what he could get from RJ. But I think we're gonna have to start Trier at the 2. That's what it's looking like. That.
Oh, we just lost him. So he says he thinks we gotta start Trier at the 2. If we start Trier at the 2, where does RJ go? Does RJ come off the bench? Andrew TV, jump back in when you get a chance. All right. Does RJ come off the bench? What? All right. Let me see. I'm gonna come to my man Afro Latin Knicks. Hey, and
facts,
I see.
Facts.
Yo, and I seen you on Sportscaster too. I followed you on Sportscaster.
Oh no, yeah, I'm trying to get in on a higher level than you. I know you're ranking number. You're ranking number 9. I'm currently number, I think, 18, 17.
Okay. We got a little competition going on. Let's go.
Hey,
I like that. That's
I'm
what's up.
you. Yo, shout outs to K Sway. He's in the Navy. Thanks for recruiting, brother. God bless. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for serving the country, without a doubt. All right, man. So we were just talking about Trier, right? And why Trier hasn't been playing. Is it that Fizdale already knows what he can do, or is Trier not doing something that Fizdale wants? I believe after tonight's game, Trier in Wednesday's game is going to play. Right? He's going to get a lot of burn. He should. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
What's going on?
He had 14 points in 16 minutes.
14 points in 16 minutes.
That showed you a lot. And the way I believe he had the first play was like he stole the ball and then he got a foul. That was showing a lot from him. I feel like Trier and Fizdale, that's like the cookie in the bag, in which I feel like he's very, very overprotective of Trier because he was a steal in the draft. So I think he has something against Trier. I think he wants to put him in good positions. It showed a lot when he scored 14 points, but it also, I don't like when a guy gets to play for the first time when we're getting our ass beat technically. And, he has to go in we're under 15, under 20. And even if he performs good, it's not going to look good. So when we were up by 15, that's when Trier should have came through. That's when Trier should have, pummel more points when we couldn't. One thing that I also noticed is that Morris did an amazing job, like you guys were saying. But Kevin Knox was needed. We got to acknowledge we didn't have Kevin Knox. When Morris was sitting, we needed a Kevin Knox to, coordinate and make things. Because last game he was very consistent on making shots, on keeping on play, even when other people were not playing good. But Trier's Trier, man. ISO Trier, that guy, I can't talk nothing bad against him. I know a lot of people in the chat saying Trier's whack. I don't know, man. I think you whack by saying that.
All right, one more thing on Trier, and then I want to get to Iggy. Talk about Iggy. Go ahead, Nate. Well, I'm gonna come to Guillermo too. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, man. I think it might be a little bit of both, man. Because what are you trying to hide? I get the guy can score, but like the guy said before, when you're up by 15, you want to put the foot on the neck. And I don't know. Maybe it's his defense. Maybe it's something in practice we're not seeing. But I don't know. I always feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect between him and Trier. Just because Trier is one of those players that he can be hard to coach at times. He is all about the ISO and he's all about the scoring mentality. And Fizdale wants to move the ball around. And I feel like there was a point where when you watch the game, Sim, they had Trier and I think Barrett was playing the point.
Yes,
and I'm not
yes.
sure. And I'm not sure what I guess Fizdale was trying to check out Barrett with Trier together, but I didn't know who the point guard was. I didn't know if it was Trier or if it was Barrett.
I think it was Barrett. I think it was Barrett. So there was a point the last 3-4 minutes of the game where RJ Barrett was basically the point guard on the floor. And I think it was RJ Barrett. I don't think there was any question as to who it was, in my opinion.
And this whole debate about like who should start or whatever it is, listen, I'm going to give you an example. Manu Ginobili is one of the greatest bench players to ever play. And he never started. I mean, it really doesn't matter. It's who finishes the game. Trier's going to be there when the game matters the most because he's fearless. He's efficient. I mean, the guy just got to play good defense. I mean, that's probably the biggest knock I have on Trier is that he's got to get better defensively. But but if he doesn't start, it doesn't matter. I mean, shoot, he's gonna get his playing time. I'm kind of perplexed like you is like, why isn't he playing more? Because he is gonna be a big part of your rotation. I think Fizdale has his rotation kind of figured out. I think he's got his as far as his 10-man lineup. I think he's got it figured out.
Well, see, my thing is this though. If he has it figured out, then that's not good for Trier, because he has some guys that he's playing, right? And if you know what your 10-man rotation is right now, and if Trier is part of that rotation, you'd be playing Trier because you want those guys to start to build some.
That's what I'm
chemistry.
saying. I think there's a little bit of a disconnect. I think that he favors Wayne Ellington a little bit more over Trier because Wayne Ellington's been to the battles. He's a good shooter. And he's probably a little bit of a better defender than Trier right now, and I think he does. If Wayne Ellington wasn't there, I think Trier would be playing a lot more. But Wayne Ellington, he values Wayne Ellington. He likes him.
Yeah.
He's a savvy vet like Morris and Gibson are. And like I said, one thing about Wayne Ellington we talked about, you can plug and play him anytime you want. I mean, if the guys aren't getting it done on the shooting guard, Wayne Ellington can step in and play that position. Yeah. He's done it before,
All right. Let me get the Guillermo. All right, Guillermo. Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me, Sim? My bad.
Yep. So what's up with Trier, man?
Again, man. Look, I can't really call what Fizz is trying to do. You know what I mean? Again, it's so hard because ultimately, in my opinion, I don't know if it's right. I hope he does better than my so-called assessment. I think he's a really good bench player. And you saw when Trier came into the game off the bench, he looked really effective, right? Allow him to take the ball, dribble, drive. Even though he actually was a little bit more patient today, which I was like, oh, okay. They force-fed it to Portis and stuff, which I was like, whatever. But again, coming off the bench, Trier looks fantastic. Shot, 50-some%? I think 14 or however many he had. I can't remember. Can you have him as a guy starting and he can do other things good? Because even when he passed to Portis, he didn't move around after that. He didn't go and set a pick for another guy on the perimeter, blah blah. That help Portis say Portis gets a double team and pass a guy open for a three. He didn't do anything really off the bench, off ball. And maybe as a Fizzo, that's how Fizzo wants to run it. But it's like, I don't know. Will we get to see Trier start? Probably. But again, he just looks really good coming off the bench. And I saw today, his first shot, he shot it quick off the ball. Didn't have to dribble too much, blah, blah. So maybe he's learning, he's growing. But, I just feel like RJ does a little bit more right now starting. Or I can see him do a little more than Trier. But again, give Trier the chance. He's probably going to get starting minutes. But I don't think – let's not indict what's the name yet. Like, there's still time to see, for him to make his mark.
For who to make his mark?
For Trier to make his mark to try to be a starter.
Oh. I mean, you know, I think at some point in the preseason, maybe David Fizdale will give him a go. You know, he's had this lineup for started this same lineup for 2 games. I'm interested to see if he's going to make a change in the starting lineup. What do you think? You think he makes a change and maybe Trier enters it just so he can see? You think he makes a change to that starting lineup? I mean, I'm just talking preseason, just so he can get a look.
No. I agree. I agree, Sim. To start him out, I want to see because look, the guy when he shot the thing off ball, maybe he's trying. You know what I mean? And look, as a guy who can get buckets, you know, we always know he could do that. Can he play defense at adequate level? I saw RJ today, especially early on, with some good defensive stops in the first quarter. So it's like, you know, a guy like Trier, 6'5", he's a little radical in defense at times. You know what I mean? I also want to see it. I'm not saying he's going to play a point guard role. I don't think he's a point guard. But I like to see him in, I guess, a double guard role. Maybe him and RJ to see how well they play off each other. Because, look, not every backcourt has a prototypical point guard. Sometimes, you know, it's 2 guys. Like, look at, you know, you can say the Blazers. You can say Dame Lillard is not a quintessential point guard. He's more of a scoring guard, and he plays with McCollum. So, I mean, look, I don't mind seeing Trier. I just want to see him do a little bit more. You know, he's trying, but, you know, he kept handing off to Portis, didn't really move around after that. You know what I mean? But, you know, it remains to be seen. There's always time to tweak the lineups and stuff. But, you know, it's all about attitude, dedication, what you do. Now, I've just seen a little bit more from RJ. RJ's just, you know, his first few buckets, you know, there was rhyme and reason to it. And many times I share with Trier, you know, even today, you saw with the offensive fouls, you know what I mean? I think they're a little ticky-tacky. I ain't going to lie. I think the refs are being a little ticky-tacky or something. But some of the offensive fouls and just fouls period on his end were just kind of like inexplicable. You know what I mean? When he had that – remember he had the rebound that was snatched away from him. And even Walt Clyde was like, dude, you got to be more, you know, aware. Like why are you just kind of lollygagging when you had 2 guys to your left and 1 guy snatched the rebound from you? You know what I mean? So it's just things like that. Trier just has to stop, look at the game, look at the court in a more of a full of sense. You know what I mean? Like be more, not aggressive, more assertive, more smart on all facets of the game because he has a talent. Play defense, can shoot, but you know.
Talk to me about Mitch Robinson. What's up,
Mitch? Well, like I said, I hope he needs to find DJ's number, man, because again, he's leaving his feet too many times, man. He's not trusting his height. Like, bro, you are 7 feet. You know what I mean? There's no reason for you. And that guy, Moritz,
Wagner, I think it's Wagner.
Whatever is that he looks like he looks like a Pokemon. He has a weird face. But anyway, when Mitchell Robinson went out with the shot and fouled him, Wagner kind of stuck his leg out. So that wasn't a real foul, right? I wish they would have done that little challenge thing or whatever. But anyway, Mitchell Robinson has to learn how to use his height. Now, you're 7 foot whatever, right? When you shift your feet and you have your hand in someone's not peripheral, but their straight line vision, that's good enough. There's no need for you to jump. And if the guy is not going to jump, maybe he's trying to fake it. Now you're in front of his face. Mitchell Robinson has to go back to the fundamentals that he had at the end of last season, where he was only committing like a foul a game because he kept his feet. Keep your feet. Yes, it's good that you're trying to go out on the perimeter and defend guys. Only time you should be jumping because you're so freaking tall is when you see the ball and you see the guy's feet coming off the ground. And Walt Clyde Frazier said it perfectly. It's better to play smart than hard. Like, it's better to play smart than hard because you get in foul trouble, 3 fouls. Now we got to take you out. Now where's our rim protector? It's not going to be Randle. It's most likely not going to be Portis. Now we're kind of asked out, and now guys can penetrate. We have to double team. You know what I mean? So he has to learn how to keep his feet. Now, he shot a shot today, and it missed. And I was like, oh, okay, you know. Need to see more of that. Need to see him be a little more aggressive. You know, he has to talk to guys like, look, I suck. You know, I don't have the confidence yet. I need you guys to be a little bit more aggressive on offensive rebounds. Help me out. Let it be so it's like I feel comfortable. You can be honest with guys, but hey, you know, it's freaking preseason. So whatever. Shoot the shot, get comfortable because we're going to need him to do it. He has a good shot. The pick and rolls, I don't know how many pick and rolls we ran today per se with him. But I just like seeing him a little bit more involved, even outside of pick and roll offense, right? Shoot the ball, shoot the little mid range, you know, do the little catch in the post, and then turn around because he doesn't have a real post game. His body is probably not the greatest for the post game because it's so wiry. So, take the ball, do a little turnaround, do a little triple threat, drive to the basket. You know what I mean? So I don't know if Fizzo's teaching him that. I don't think he is, but Fizzo needs to find a way to make him a little bit more useful, especially in the paint. What he did with Gasol, he made Gasol a better shooter. So I think you're going to see him shoot a little more as well. I think it's on him to be a little bit more aggressive, shoot the shot. I think he gets scared because when he's on the rhythm of the game, when guys are missing shots, when they go into that 36-6 run, he didn't want to be the guy to add on to another brick. So I understand. But, be aggressive, man. If you have to learn triple threat, learn triple threat. You have to learn driving to the basket from the foul line, learn that. Speak to Randle, do whatever you need to do. But he needs to be a little bit more involved versus just the pick and roll, man.
Yeah, and but it's hard to involve someone when they don't have much of a offensive repertoire. It just makes it hard. You know what I mean? Because you want to put them in positions and put them in situations where they could be successful.
True, yeah, but he had that open shot today, man. And I don't know how I can't remember how the play went. I think he shot it pretty early in the shot clock, so maybe didn't have a set play for him. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, because where he is now, maybe he could. Well, put it like this: if he could shoot, because he's always setting those picks, and many times the guys are trying to beat him to the basket. They know he's gonna roll. Hey, work on the pick and pop, man. Like his shot form is not bad at all. His rhythm, his timing to the shooting is not bad at all. It just comes repetition. Repetition. Once you get the repetition down, you get confident. Like even you've seen it, with Frank. Even though he didn't have the greatest. I think you said he was like 2 for 7 or something like that. For whatever from the 3-point line. But even when Frank is shooting now, you see rhyme and reason to it. Like there's a play where Frank kind of like didn't be aggressive, didn't want to go basket. And then the second time, literally the next play, I think it was, he drove to the basket, drew the and one. So it's all about repetition. It's all about trying to force the issue. Now, he's not going to be a guy who's going to be crossing people over and that stuff, but run that pick and pop, bro, because your big man's ready cheating you to the basket and they're giving you that shot. So shoot the shot, man.
All right. Let me I want to get the K Sway and get your take on as soon as I get this over here. Give me your take on Mitch, man.
Yeah, I swear, he be taking like no.
My man K Sway, can you hear me?
I be thinking he be taking no dogs behind my back.
K Sway, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. Mitch, your take on Mitch.
Mitch. All right, so with Mitch, like, he does have the skill. I mean, I don't even know where to start, but when it comes to Mitch, he needs the point guards to help him get more involved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that I see everybody trying to get theirs rather than actually have the ball move around. And you know what? Maybe that's where DSJ can actually come into, because he's a penetrating guard. And the more he penetrates, he can find Mitch, right there on the pick and roll. But, he doesn't, I see some of his workout videos where he can dribble, where he can do certain things to where he can get to the rim, but he doesn't have the skill to do that in the NBA on his own.
Right.
Right. So he needs the point guards to help get him involved. But, just like Wormo was saying, he does leave his feet a lot. It seemed like he was, getting somewhere last season where, he wouldn't leave his feet as much. And then now he's just, racking up on these fouls, man. It was just like in Summer League a year ago when he almost got like all the fouls you can get in Summer League, like 10 fouls. It's ridiculous, man. He has to go back to the basics. For real, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, they're going to keep on working with him. They're going to continue to work with him, and then hopefully he'll develop, and we'll see that offensive game develop throughout the season.
Well, one thing I remember. Do you remember when Stoudemire was on the team and Coach Woody, he actually put him with Hakeem to go to big man camp.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then Stat came back with a crazy post game. You know what I mean? He never used to have that before. It was always pick and roll, dunk on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But now, yeah, it'll be good, especially he gets in the weight room. He goes to big man camp and work like that. He'll definitely be something serious.
Yeah. All right. So tell me, what do you expect to see from the next game? We play. We play Wednesday night.
Right.
What are you expecting from the Knicks Wednesday night?
Honestly, of course, just whatever happened last game, whatever they felt was more of a flaw, like, the turnovers is a big thing. I remember when in 2012, when we were number 2 in the East, you know what I mean? And we actually were doing very well with our turnovers. We only averaged anywhere from 10 to 12 turnovers a game. And that's the way to keep us actually in games and competitive.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we almost had like 25 turnovers. That's you know what I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, we had like 21 turnovers. I think it was 21 turnovers tonight. Last game versus the Wizards, we had 23 turnovers tonight. Last game versus the Wizards, we had 15.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You got to take care of the ball. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of that's on the point guards, and a lot of that is just people just. I'm not sure if they're scared or they're just trying to get rid of the ball, but you know what I mean, they're not really paying attention to where the defenders actually position themselves to where they're playing in the passing lanes. You know what I mean? It was a couple plays with Randle where he was actually in the post and then he tried to turn towards the paint, and they clamped down and they took the ball from him a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he has to. I remember when Melo was actually in the post and he'd be posting up, and it took him a while, but when he actually started getting rid of the ball and the ball started moving, it actually made the offense more successful. You know what I mean? It was less turnovers that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? But more than anything, I like that. I know Fizdale's trying to find where everybody fits. Especially with Alonzo Trier. Now I like Trier. I think he's good. So far as starting, I'm not sure about him starting. You know what I mean? Being in the preseason, yeah, it'd be good to give him a go, like you said earlier. But I think more of anything, he's trying to figure out where he fits, and where they have what's his name, Wayne Ellington.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know he's more like first off the bench to back up RJ. You know what I mean? But they probably want to start experiencing more of letting Trier come off the bench first and seeing how that works, because if Wayne Ellington is not hitting his threes, I mean, what else is he doing, honestly?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trier,
that's the truth. That's the truth. I was watching earlier in the game when they tried to run I think it was with Julius Randle, a little screen and roll with Wayne Ellington and Julius Randle. And Wayne Ellington just isn't a passer. You know what I mean?
He's not.
He's just isn't a passer. He's got to stick with what he does. He has a defined role, stick with his defined role. And I'm not blaming Wayne Ellington. That's the play, that's the position that David Fizdale put him in at that moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. All right.
I got you.
Yeah.
I know one thing. Knox didn't play this game.
Right.
But, the more Morris does well, the probably less and less you're probably going to see Knox. But, Knox is gonna have to do something. He's going to have to play harder. You know what I mean? To at least get himself seen.
Yeah, and, we're going to see what happens. I think the person that's going to lose out in that situation is going to be Taj Gibson, though. I think Taj Gibson's minutes are going to go down. I think you're going to see Bobby Portis play that backup center, and Kevin Knox right now maybe play that 4 spot, that backup 4, and then we'll see how they work out the rest, because that's what they did when Bobby Portis was out. Kevin Knox played the 4 spot. Coming off the bench, it was Frank Ntilikina. It was Wayne Ellington. Then, actually, in the first half, he brought in Alonzo Trier, and then it was Kevin Knox, and it was Taj Gibson at the 5. I think Taj Gibson falls off, takes less minutes maybe, and then Bobby Portis plays that backup 5. Because I think Taj Gibson, in my opinion, as the season wears on, you're going to start to get diminishing returns with him if he's playing too many minutes.
True. Yeah, he is an older player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at some point, it's going to die down.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, definitely something to look into and to watch. Let me get to these other guys. I want to see what they think about the next game. And then I want to open up the lines. I want to get as many phone calls in as we can, folks. I want to talk to you. I want to see what you guys think. I'm going to start with you, Guillermo, just real quick. Tell me what you expect to see from the next game.
You hear me?
Yep. The Knicks play the Atlanta Hawks Wednesday on ESPN at 8 p.m. What do you expect to see?
What I expect to see, still more rotations, different sets, different lineups. I'm interested to see what they do against what defensive sets they run to try to stop this guy's name, the point guard in the Hawks. Why am I losing? I can't remember. My brain is fried. The guy in the Hawks, the point guard.
Yeah. I got
What
you.
his name is? Trae Young, because
Trae
Trae Young's finally finding his footing. So I want to see, are they going to switch on players? They're going to try to force their way through. They're going to stop him from shooting the Curry shots. They're going to stop him from penetrating to the basket. I'm interested to see more so defensive sets. Offensively, again, is it what off ball stuff they're going to do? Again, a lot of ISO stuff. Maybe try to see who could be the guy off the bench to be the ISO guy, whatever. Again, it's just different sets, different lineups. What is he going to do? Is he going to be more off ball? Is he going to have Randle facilitate the ball more when he has guys like Trier in? It's just experimentation. So that's all I'm looking for.
Okay. All right. Let me get to Roz.
What's up?
What's up? Tell me, what are you expecting to see from the next game? Knicks versus Hawks.
Feel like the game we just play humble us, and it's gonna open the eyes to a lot of guys. This is the time that you get to say we lost, and let's fix that. Atlanta Hawks is also a team like the Wizards that we should have beat. It's not like we're facing the Lakers or a top level team. I'm looking for a W, but just kind of trying to piggyback on what Guillermo said, that their players is also development with just like us. So there is a level of similarities between the both teams. I think that we're gonna learn from our mistakes. Don't be hard on the Knicks. We got this, man. We got this.
Okay.
I don't like losing, but this is the right time to lose, because then we get to see, hey, you messed up there, and everybody's trying to get a rotation. In the Atlanta Hawks, everybody's signed. In the Wizards, a lot of those guys don't have a contract. They work, they're not trying to go Troy. They trying to stay, they trying to stay relevant. So it's understandable why they beat us.
Okay. All right. And Andrew TV, coming to you, man.
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm sorry my phone had cut off. But,
it's cool. It's cool.
Like I was saying before, what I think about the Knicks against Atlanta Hawks.
So what are you expecting to see from the Knicks in the next preseason game?
Well, I'm expecting them to come out more hungrier. I'm hoping that Fizdale he makes a change to the starting lineup, and they just have to come out more aggressive on the offensive end. Be more consistent defensively. I think they're gonna figure out how to guard the three. Now, hopefully they shut down Trae Young, because if they come out playing like they did today, they're gonna get embarrassed, and I don't want them getting embarrassed by that Atlanta Hawks team. That's gonna be really terrible in my eyes. But I would like to see if they're gonna start Trier, and hopefully Knox can start at the 3, and at the 4 you can start Morris, and at the 5 position Mitchell Robinson, he just got to stop fouling. If he could just calm down with that and just play like how he played at the end of last season, we'll be fine. But it'll be pretty interesting to see if they start playing Randle at small ball 5, and they play on what's the name at Morris at the 4, Knox at the 3. The 2 would be Trier. The point guard position is quite interesting to me at this particular moment. But yeah, hopefully they come out Monday and they play really well, because I was kind of disappointed in today's game.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna come back to you because I want to know what starting lineup you might put out there on the floor. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's poppin'?
Hey, how you doing, Sam? I was at the game tonight, man, and the energy was just bad, man. The squad was just stagnant the whole night. And then they put Frank in, and finally they started running some plays. They started looking all right. But the opening squad, they just didn't have it tonight. I think they should put the second squad out there.
You mean the second squad out there as the starters?
Yeah, they put Frank in, they put Trier in. The energy changed.
Right.
But that first squad, they just didn't have it tonight. I don't understand why Fizz just went in 3 deep on the bench. This preseason.
I don't
try the other guys out, but
Yeah.
Mitch wasn't doing it, Randle wasn't doing it.
Yeah, it is hard to say why, right now he's keeping a short bench in the preseason. There's only 2 preseason games left. So maybe he's going to open the bench up a little bit more. I mean, you look at right now, Iggy played 6 minutes, his first action. Kadeem Allen hasn't played. Obviously, Amir Hinton, Damian Dotson, Reggie Bullock, those guys aren't here. Lamar Peters, he hasn't played. He's been available. So, right now, I mean, tonight, he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players tonight. He played 11 players. Iggy got 6 minutes. Right? He's kept for the preseason.
Like
he's kept a tight rotation.
Some of those players, Iggy, I'm forgetting this guy's name, Ellington. It just felt like a couple of minutes. It just felt like everybody else was just in there the whole game. I was like, man, Fizz, change it up. As you can see, we were down like 18, 20, 16, and it just kept going that way the whole game. And finally, they put Trier in and Frank. I loved it when they put Frank because I was like, all right, finally we running some set plays. It seemed like, before he was in the game, they would try to run a play, give it into the post, and that's it. The offense would die. The ball's just not moving around, and I don't know. I blame that on Fizz.
Well,
just from my standpoint.
Okay, I get it. I get that. You say you blame it on Fizz, but also, the guys have to. If he has some things put in, they've got to execute it on the floor. And if they're not executing, he's got to get them out the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get them out the game. Put players in there who's going to execute the offense. They made it so easy for the Wizards to play D on the Knicks. That's how come nothing was going on. When you watch the Wizards, they moved the ball around, and that white boy Wagner, he was just killing us with them threes because they were moving the ball around and they got it to him.
He was killing us. He was killing us with the 3, man. I mean, the whole squad, they shot 46%, whatever it was that they shot from the field. I mean, from 3. Their whole squad was killing us from 3.
And you know what's funny? Like, one thing I'm totally against is the Knicks trading for Beal. And, I always thought that. And I'm like, damn, on this night that I go to the game, homeboy kills us. I'm telling you, that guy destroyed us. I was there, and it was like every time he touched the ball, just back to back to back. I'm like, damn, man.
Yeah, Bradley Beal tonight, 21 points, 8 for 14 from the field, shot 57% from the field, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He also had 3 turnovers. That was Bradley Beal tonight. Wagner, however you say it,
I don't want to take it
18
to time,
points.
Sam, but this is my first time calling, and I'm that last dude that got tickets to the home opener.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it, man. Hey, well, check it out. I just want you to speaking of the home opener, I need everyone to pay attention. Check your email tomorrow because if you're going to the home opener and you're listening, make sure you check your email tomorrow. There's going to be an email that goes out that talks about a meeting that we're going to have next Tuesday night, and it's also going to have in there an offer if you want to have a tour of Madison Square Garden, right? If you want to have a tour of Madison Square Garden, you'll be able to purchase a ticket. It's like $21 for the ticket, and it's usually $35. So pay attention to your email because it should be coming to you tomorrow morning.
All right, man. It was nice talking to you, and I look forward to meeting the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. We're going to have some fun.
All right, man. Have a good night.
All right, peace. Give me a call, ladies and gentlemen, 516-405-2246. All right, so we can talk a little bit of Knicks. If you're still up, you're still chilling, you're still rocking with us, give me a call. Again, 516-405-2246. And I'm going to announce it one more time. If you have tickets to the home opener and you're attending the group, we got about 50 people going, look for an email. In that email, you're going to have a link to a meeting we're going to have next week, and there's also going to be a link so that you can purchase a tour of MSG, an all-access VIP tour of MSG. I think you'll really enjoy it. And again, that ticket is $21. Usually it's $35. We try to work and get prices down for you guys. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's poppin', man? Hello?
In that email,
hey, yo.
you're going to have a link to it.
Guess he's not listening up. Gotta stay with it, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta stay with it. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. You'll be notified whenever I go live. Drop a video or post in my community section. We got fantasy leagues getting ready to come out. Pay attention to those fantasy leagues. All right. Also, my VIP members, if you're a VIP member, you're also going to have a chance to purchase a ticket for the All Access Tour. All right. So you pay attention. So when you get your email, you can purchase a ticket. Even if you're not attending the game, you'll be able to purchase a ticket. All right. So my VIP members, pay attention to your email as well, because the link is going to come around to you. And if you're not a VIP member, you can become a VIP member by going to the website, nothingbutnicks.com. Click on VIP member, and you can become a VIP member. All right. And you can have access to things as they come out. You get first access to certain things. You know what I'm saying? For example, in All Access Tour to MSG, you get first access or access to it. Stuff like that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check your email. Let me get you another call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's poppin'?
Hey, what's up, Sims?
Hey, what's
This
going
your
on,
man?
man?
Rob the Nick.
What's up with you, brother?
Hey, yo, bro. I gotta keep it 100. People ain't seeing the big picture.
All right, what's the big picture?
The big picture is these are the same brothers that was playing that we won with. We won with them.
Uh-huh.
We won with these same players the last game.
Right.
He left them out there. Everybody is like, look, get clarity on this. What's going on? And nobody is getting clarity. Okay. Look, Peyton is the new guy. Everybody think that his point guard skills is what it is. I think it's what it is. But look, you're going to get exposed if you can't make no shots. And then if you can't make no shots, what you going to do when we up and this team is coming back? If you watch that game again, you're going to see the ball was passed all around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
All around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you had Randle taking shots at the perimeter, trying to beat off the dribble. Everybody lost their position until Frank got back in the game with Trier. And it settled the offense. The offense never got settled. It never got settled. Nobody can say that the offense got settled while Peyton and when they went on that, when Washington went on that went on scoring, that 36-6 run, it was not. The offense never got settled. Everybody brought the ball up, and I was glad that Fizdale did that. Expose your ass. Expose them. You the new dude here. And everybody saying in the paper after game one that you can have this job. He proved today that, look, you just one of somebody else that we still need to pick. Because if you was listening to the game, what you heard was the bottoms, the big boys was talking. Taj was talking. Porter's got in the game. He was talking. Everybody was talking. You ain't hear nothing from the point guard. You ain't hear no setup play, no arm in the air. And Sims, you're a coach. You know. The point guard is supposed to settle the team. It's a learning thing for Peyton. And when they brought Frank in the game with Trier if you look at his facial expression the whole game, whether it was turnover, the ball knocked out of his hands, he act like a professional, like I've been there before. You did, and he settled the whole team. Then we started running again, and it was all because of Trier. But everybody want to knock Trier on what he's not doing. Oh, he didn't do this. Oh, you can critique an all-star. Okay, I get that. This man came in the game, and he really shut down the whole everything. You got Frank playing D. Frank shut down. McCray was not hitting the way he was hitting, and even the big white boy was not hitting the same threes because everybody was engaged. That means something to me. That showed me that, look, this man is showing you that, look, star lineup, and they always showed his face when he hit the three. It wasn't like, yes, 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 go. No, he showed you, this is what I do. So when he's there in that offense, the offense rolls. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the man deserves to be in that lineup. And if he's not, he's okay with it.
Okay.
And we need to look at that as Knicks fans. That, look, this man was there last year. He done the same thing. Y'all say, give the ball out your hand. Nobody can say that the ball stuck with Trier today. Am I right, Trier? Am I right?
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. I'm with you 100%. You're right. No, I mean,
so,
Trier played well. He did have 5 turnovers, but he played well while he was in the game.
Okay, now the 5 turnovers that he had, 3 of them was on somebody else.
Okay.
2 of them was his. 2 of them was his. He put the elbow on somebody. Okay. But look at his facial expressions. Like, look, I can do this. And that's what we need to know. We run automatically to the coach. Look, we run 100% to the coach. Oh, no, he left that start lineup out there. Y'all won this game last time, but remember, they came back with that same lineup.
Yeah, you're right. They came back.
When he changed that lineup, the game changed. Even though we lost. Hey, Trier acted like a true professional. Sitting on the bench, first game, 8 minutes. Okay, yeah, I get that. And yo, he's my man. And Frank ran the team right around Trier because I'm used to playing with you. So we can do this. So us as Knicks fans, we critiquing Trier for what? He came from like how John Starks did, almost packing bags. Nobody knew who he was. But that addition to the team, he played like Bradley Beal. So why would we need Bradley Beal and we got a young one?
Well,
that's gonna give you.
I mean,
just tell me what you're gonna do, Coach.
Well,
I do.
Let's see if let's see how things. It's preseason. The games haven't started counting yet.
But
let's see how people
show.
No, you're right. You're right. Listen. Alonzo Trier shoots a great percentage from the field. He did last year, and we'll see if he's going to continue to do it this year. I suspect that he probably will. And as far as things, how things will go when players start to get playing time and not playing time and stuff like that. We'll see what they do when the games start to count. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah.
This man is showing you that, look, I'm not going to talk about my game. I'm going to show you my game. And he came into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing that we need to watch is Morris versus Randle right now. And I know it's so early to tell. But to me, like I was saying, but it was getting buffled in the video chat. That's why I had to call. That this man right there, to me, he was in a enigma to himself, like, yo, I can go to San Antonio, but I'm going to still be a role, but I need to show the world what I got. And he's showing he can get it's obviously Triz done told him, get your shots the way that you want to. And we thought who was going to be the leading scorer?
Well,
it
let's
may
see.
not be that.
All right. Well, let's see.
Yes.
Let's see
Yes.
how it works.
We
Let's see how
must
it goes.
see. But look, 2 games in a row, he showed his worth to us. And I'm taking his worth.
Okay.
He's showing his worth. And the way that he's scoring in every situation. You put him and Trey on the floor. Now, Barrett, he's a dog. You keep him on the floor. But look, the shit done changed. Excuse my French. It done changed to who is going to be who. Maybe it's his age. Maybe that he's been around the league. But look, guess what? We may be keeping our eyes on the wrong person. The 63 million, okay. You got that. That doesn't make you the leader. What you do on the court will. And I seen that he panicked too, along with Peyton. They all panicked. You couldn't get the ball. And Sims, you're a coach, so I reach there and I tell you this. That ball did not go down to the low post one time. It walked. When they went up on that 36-6 run, our shots was all around the perimeter, and it's up to the point guard to settle it down. Frank settled it down.
All right.
And it is what it is. He settled it down.
All right. Hey, Rob. I'm gonna let some other people get in. I know some other people want to get some calls
all right,
in.
But
look, they asked in the
old
chat.
boy want to get at you, right?
But listen, they
but
asked.
I don't know how to get you his number.
Email me.
Oh.
Email me.
Okay, I don't have your email.
Russell,
I hung up from you last time.
It's srussell@nothingbutnicks.com.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Can he get with you on Twitter?
Yep. @nothingbutnicks.
Okay, so y'all gonna talk on Twitter because it's the same thing. Okay,
yeah.
I got you, bro. But look.
Hey, they asking if you are Trey's uncle. They said, is this Trey's uncle? Ghost Rider said, is this Trey's uncle?
Hey, look. And I say, you seen how he played today? At the sit down. Yes, I may be his uncle. I know good ball when I see it.
All right. All right.
And he got good ball.
Out. Rob, I'm going to let you rock, man.
All right, no doubt.
Right.
Love you, bro.
Peace. No doubt, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to Alonzo Trier, though. You know what I'm saying? Keep on, keep in there, Zoe. He'll be all right. I'll take a couple more calls, ladies and gentlemen. I got about 10 minutes left. I'll take a couple more calls. 516-405-2246. Give me a call if you want to get in. Get your point across, get your words in real quick. Give me a call, 516-405-2246. We only got a couple minutes left. What am I looking for Wednesday's game? Well, we got a couple of days. Now, we clearly got to shore up that defense. You know what I'm saying? We got to get that defense together. The defense, oh, man, that three-point defense was terrible. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that we should be – teams can't just have target practice on us. Teams can't just sit outside the three-point line without a defender in their face. You know what I'm saying? We got to shore up that three-point defense. One of the things that I noticed is that our players, they collapse so deep into the paint. We collapse into the paint, and then it's hard for us to get back out in time. You know what I'm saying? So we got to work on, we got to work on how deep do we collapse in the paint? Who's got the closeouts? You know what I'm saying? All of those things. We got to work on all of those things. So we really got to go ahead, get in there, get our defense sound. We can't have another performance that way. You know what I'm saying? I do want to see more of Alonzo Trier. Right? I want to see some more Iggy. I also want to see I didn't see many changes in the lineups. And I don't mean changes, but some experimentation. I don't know. I thought that David Fizdale would experiment a little bit more with the lineups. I thought that he would try to, see what he can do with players. How can he work with players? How can different players work together and off each other? I didn't see it that much. Maybe a little bit. At the end of the game, R.J. Barrett was running some point guard. I thought that was good. Right? So I'd like to see some more experimentation with the lineups. Hopefully we can see some of these other young guys play a little bit more. You know what I mean? Nothing but Sean Deveron, you said, if Simmons hits 2 threes on us, we got to fire Fizz. Fire Fizz. Fire Fizz shouldn't even be coming out of our mouths right now, ladies and gentlemen. Not right now. You know what I'm saying? Not right now. This is preseason. Let's give this coaching staff some time to work. You know what I'm saying? Give these some time to work and see what they got, right? Part of working and seeing what you have is utilizing your lineups, seeing what kind of lineups you can put together. Excuse me. Seeing what kind of mixes work. You notice with the Wizards, there was a lot of guys. Rui Hachimura didn't even play because he's trying to figure out who he has. Now, maybe Fizdale has a different game plan, different strategy with whatever he's doing. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that he does. Right? I'm assuming that he does. But Scott, the coach from the Wizards, he played a bunch of guys that didn't play the last game. Had a bunch of guys sitting that didn't play this game. I mean, treated it as a preseason game. Trying to figure out, I got some open roster spots. Let me see. Now, the Knicks don't have open roster spots. So that's something that's different as well. The Knicks don't have open roster spots. Those guys, I guess, he knows no matter what happens, they're going to be in the G League. They can come in and be nice as ever. They're probably going to be in the G League. Right? Because you got 15 guaranteed contracts already. So in that sense, it makes sense. I didn't mean to do that, but, But I would like to see him shake up the lineups a little bit. Let's see some more players. Let's see some more variation in the roster. You know what I'm saying? Sean Deveron, you said, you're going to get the same Fizz every year. He's going to play rentals over the lotto picks and youth. If we ain't starting DSJ, why the heck did we even trade KP? Picks? Come on, man. Well, I mean, DSJ's got to be healthy first before he can even get on the court. So, you know what I mean? Let's get him on the court. And if he starts, great. But let's get him on the court. He's got to be healthy first. He's got to be healthy first. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got about 6 minutes left. If you want to get a call in, call me, 516-405-2246. All right, 516-405-2246. Give me a call. And I'll let you get what you want to get in. If not, I'm going to be heading up out of here. Remember, subscribe to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Ring that notification bell. You'll be notified anytime I go live, drop a video, or post to my community section. If you are on Sportscaster, follow me on Sportscaster. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Again, for my VIP members and those who are going to the home opener with me, expect to receive an email. And in that email, you will have a link so that you can purchase a tour, an all-access VIP tour to Madison Square Garden on October 26th. So before we go to the game, what would happen is before we go to the game, we would do a tour of MSG. Then, of course, we get all the, the perks. We sit courtside and we'll go shoot foul shots after the game. And, of course, we got some things that we're going to be doing after the game as well. hopefully everyone's going to take advantage of it. The cost is $21. The regular cost for an all-access tour is $35, so you're getting a heck of a discount there. All right, so make sure you guys pay attention to your emails, VIP members and those who are going to the home opener. And if you didn't get a chance to go to the home opener with us, don't fret. Don't worry about it. You're going to have plenty of chances because I'm going to be going to plenty more games. All right, so don't worry about it. You'll definitely get your chance to get out there with us, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, looks like we don't have any other calls. So what I'm going to do, I got a call coming in. Good. Let's get to a phone call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
What's going on, Sam? Just watch for news, man.
Hey, what's popping with you, bro? I thought I seen a DC number up there.
What's that?
I said, I thought I seen a DC number up there.
Yeah, man, I'm in town, man. Hey, bro, I just wanted to know when the next time you coming on live, man. I'm going to try to call back in. I know you about to hit the airways off. Like.
Yeah, the next time, well, I'll be on live. Yeah, I'll probably go on live Monday night, and then I'll be live Wednesday after the game.
Okay.
And then depending on what's happening, I may even stream during the game on Wednesday. I'll have to see. I'm just still figuring out what my time is going to be like.
Hey, man, I'm in town, man. I want to let you know, man. It's a lot of good things, man, we talk about as far as the Knicks. I want to see how it goes with. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That sounds good.
Okay, sir.
Peace.
Good,
Peace. Watchful News. Appreciate you, my brother. I recognize it was a DC number. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to head up out of here. All right. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. I'll actually be in New York on Monday as my daughter is going to visit CUNY, one of the schools at CUNY, because they're recruiting her to play basketball. So, that's always a good thing. Anyway, I'm going to get to the guys in the chat let me get to one more phone call, and then I'll get to the guys in the chat for the last words. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
What's going on, man? James, Nickel for life in South Carolina, man. Just enjoyed the show, bro. Listen, man, watch the game tonight, and I don't know, man. I'm diehard Knicks for life, man. But right now, I understand it's preseason, but man, I could not understand the rotations, bro. Like we had Zoe sitting there for a long time. Peyton obviously was not having a great game. And I understand, man, I coach myself. I understand letting a player play through some stuff. But I don't understand why Iggy can't get some run, and then you let a man struggle for that long and let a 30-point turnaround take place. Did that make sense to you, bro?
The only thing I could think is that, well, as far as Iggy, I don't know. Hopefully he's going to let Iggy get some run. And then, like, with guys that aren't doing well, letting them play, maybe he's figuring his preseason, I'm going to let him play through it. Like, for example, Mitch, he had his fouls. He tried to let Mitch play through having fouls. You know what I'm saying? To learn how to play with fouls, for Mitch.
Yeah, and I feel that. Plus, we don't have a whole lot of backup behind Mitch. We don't really have a lot of big men, even though they tried to clown us like we drafted 88 power forwards. You know what I'm saying? We really don't have a backup center. Portis is really a forward. He got enough girth. You know what I'm saying? He got enough size to play center, but he ain't protecting the rim. So when Mitch come out, man, we hurting there. So I understand that. But my man Peyton, man, wasn't setting up the offense and shooting 0 for 9. Like, sometimes you just got to understand tonight ain't your night, and especially when we got more bodies. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping Fizz gonna come out coaching harder than he did last year. I know last year was really somewhat of a tank. You know what I mean? And he wasn't really coaching to win. But yeah, I'm Fizz scaring me a little bit, man.
Well, let's see what he's gonna do, man. Listen, Fizz was my guy, but I'm always willing to criticize But I'm also, of course, willing to give him a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
Give him a chance to see what he's gonna do. Hopefully, there's a method to whatever madness he has out there. But I feel you though. I feel you though. And there's a lot of Knicks fans that feel the same exact way that you feel. Just a little bit worried, like, okay, what's going on here? When we gonna, what's up? Show me something. But it's preseason game number 2. Let's see how he puts this together. He's got some pieces now, so he's got to prove it, right?
Yeah, he got some pieces. I think we're gonna miss. I think we're gonna miss DJ that we traded to the Nets, man. Helping Mitch stay out of foul trouble. I would love to get like a Tyson Chandler or somebody. We need Ben Wallace, coaching staff, Rasheed Wallace, somebody. Somebody need to help my man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He does need some help. You know what I mean? He needs somebody to, hopefully Taj Gibson, but Taj Gibson don't play the same type of game that he plays, right? You do need somebody that he can just, a good mentor for Mitch. That's why, and DJ was really good for him. DJ was really good for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look, man, much love. Always appreciate the show, bro. And y'all have fun down there. I'm not in New York at the moment to catch the games, but I'm gonna catch up with y'all before it's over with.
All right, man. Well, we right now we doing this thing. We're getting ambassadors in different states up and down the East Coast. So, we can try to have get-togethers and some games in different states and stuff like that. So it's a work in progress, but we getting there.
I be keeping up on the site, man. When you come down towards the south, anywhere towards Atlanta, Charlotte, anywhere up in there, I'm in South Click. I'm down. I'll be there.
Okay, well, we definitely looking. There's a spot. I forgot the name. The dude told me in Atlanta where a lot of Knicks fans go. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something I'm looking to do.
All right, man.
All right, man. Peace.
I keep up, man. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Without a doubt. Peace. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am looking for ambassadors in different states up and down the East Coast. And even further than that, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be an ambassador of NBK and help to bring Knicks fandom to other states, hit me up on my email. Right? I'm gonna give you the email right here. You can hit me up on my email, or you can go to the website, nothingbutnicks.com, and you can contact me through there. And once I get a few people in hand, which I've already got a few people in hand, then we'll be talking and we'll strategize on how we're gonna spread this thing out. We are going to scale NBK so that we're hitting every state on the East Coast and beyond. And we have groups rocking together. You know what I'm saying? So that's my email, srussell@nothingbutnicks.com. If you would like to be an NBK ambassador, hit me up. Hit me up right now. Let me know you want to be an NBK ambassador. You know what I'm saying? Because we about to spread this thing out. We're taking it to scale. You know what I'm saying? We're taking it to scale. So, and yeah, I see some people shouting out where you from. Shout out where you're from in the chat. Throw it up there in the chat. Shout it out. You know what I'm saying? One more time, I'll put my email in there. You want to be an ambassador in your state, hit me up. And we're gonna make this thing go. I'm gonna get to the guys in the video chat for some last words, and then I'm up out of here, folks. All right, shout out where you from. Shout out where you're from in the chat, man. Shout out where you're from in the chat. Video, I'm coming to you guys, man. Andrew TV, want to give me some last words real quick?
Just thanks for having me, Sim. That's all, you know what I mean? Thanks
all right, man.
Me.
I appreciate
and I want to shout out Quiet Money. Shout out Quiet Money because he said he's from Belize. Yeah, my family's from there as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. I love that we take it global. That we take it global. Maybe Quiet Money wants to be an NBK ambassador in Belize. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, enjoy your weekend, peace. Bro. Peace.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Let me see. I'm gonna get K Sway over here. What's going on, man? You gonna give us some last words real quick?
My bad. Something you say now?
Yeah, you want to give us some last words? I'm about to head off, man.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah. Let me see. What is it? The biggest thing about today, I want to say, there's when you're watching the game, you see the coach, Fizz, everybody wants to burn him for a lot of things that he's doing. But the biggest thing, the coach really is the one to take the blame for everything and gets a bad rap. And the thing about it is that no one's really like holding the players accountable, meaning like us as the fans. You know what I mean? If you actually watch and you see that the offense really is dictating the defense like it was, in the past years, which is really frustrating to watch. You know what I mean? Like and back in the days, if you remember, like, there was like a 20-point lead or something like that. You know what I mean? Nobody was coming back from that.
Right.
Nowadays, for some reason, they have 20, sometimes 25, 30-point lead, and you see teams are coming back. Like, I don't understand it. Just because you can't make a shot, you can't play. You can't play defense, so that changes everything. It's just that's frustrating. You know what I mean? And another thing, like defensively, if I'm playing defense on a player, right, and he has the hot hand, I'm not coming off of him to help. You know what I mean? Or someone that's penetrating or something like that to come on. I'm not coming off of him because, you've seen a lot of times Wagner was wide open and he was just lighting them up. He had 16 points, in the first half. Like, it's ridiculous.
Right.
It doesn't seem like logical. You know what I mean? And, another thing about when the Knicks, and this is my last thing I got to say, when it comes to switching, you know what I mean? Like you said, you can switch and it can be successful, but of course you have to be aggressive on the ball. But a lot of times when people switch, whatever, you see the person that's actually picking up the ball handler is usually falling back and you're creating space. And sometimes they don't know where they are on the floor, which the player can go for a jump shot or they can take it to the hole because you don't even realize that you're right there under the basket. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing is mainly IQ, you know what I mean, when it comes down to the Knicks.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. Hey, K-Sway, I appreciate you, bro. I'll probably be on Monday, and then obviously Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday I'll be live streaming during the game.
No doubt. I'll be there. I'll be here.
All right. Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Peace. And hold on, there we go. All right.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, he's back. I don't know where he went, but he's back. But we get ready to head up out of here. Guillermo, give me some last words.
Sam? Yeah, man. Again, a lot of stuff today, man, is all about seeing sets, seeing what works with what. We don't know the looks that he wants to see. A lot of times, we just see the surface and we overjudge. Again, perspective, guys. Let's not be overly emotional. Let's look at things with a grain of salt. Give these guys a chance. Let's not try to fire Fizdale already, right? I mean, it's preseason. Let's chill out. You know what I mean? But yeah, again, I'm looking forward to Wednesday. I want to see how they try to shut down Trae Young. That'd be very interesting. I would love to see Trier start so I can see how he sets the tone. His improvement on court awareness, how he defends Trier, because Trier is a handful now that he's confident in his game. So, Wednesday be fun. Again, I want to see different lineups. I want to see experiments. What works with what, more off-ball movement. And yeah, that's basically it.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
I hear them dogs going crazy in the background or something.
No, it's my crappy chair.
Oh, it sounds like little poodles or something barking.
Oh yeah, it sounds like crap because this chair is absolute garbage, man.
All right,
man.
All right, man. Sound like little tiny fluffy. That's probably what Guillermo's probably one of them guys that walk around with a little fluffy poodle. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. I like big dogs, but I got a soft spot for small dogs, man.
Yeah,
I can't lie, man.
Yeah, I got a soft spot for dogs. I like dogs. I ain't gonna front.
I love dogs, man. Yeah. Cats, get that crap the F out of here, but dogs, I love, man. But yo, salute to you, man. I see you back here on Wednesday, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Peace, bro.
Peace. All right, and let me shout out some people that's in the chat though, real quick. Before I get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? People who shouted out where they was from. I'd like to know. I want to know where you guys are from, man. We're doing MBK ambassadors all across up and down the East Coast, from state to state, and outside the East Coast as well. Delano Steele, Brooklyn, living in NC. You know what I'm saying? We got Gary Singh in Michigan, D Public Enemy in Brooklyn, Johnny Jose in the Bronx. Anthony Ashburg, Inwood, New York. Watchful News is in the district. Yolo Strider, the Yay area. Big Mo BX to Columbia, South Carolina. Big shout out to all you guys, man. Ralph Petito asked me if I know where I missed it. I don't know where it is now, Ralph. But yes, I know where that's at. Even though I can't find it, I know where that's at. All right, Kareem Adalva said his family is from Belize. That's what's up. Yeah, Shine is from Belize too. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to everybody, man, that threw your name out there. Sean Stewart's from Florida. You know what I mean? Big shout out to you guys. Continue to throw your name out there. If you want to be an NBK ambassador, here's my email. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Because we are, we're organizing this thing right now, man. We're gonna march across the country. We're gonna spread this thing wider and wider and wider and make it global. All right. I'm gonna get these last two guys up out of here and we're gonna rock. Rob the Nick, you wanna go ahead and give me some last words, bro? Give me some last words, Rob.
Yo, my last word is this here, bro. Hey, in defeat, we seen things. I seen things that remind me that, look, hey, Trier, Coach ain't forgetting about who done what for him. And he know who he like. And what he likes is he like good ball.
Yeah.
And what he doing right now is like, yo, everybody get a chance. Right. This is the season that he's really saying, eat what you kill. But when I bring you into the game, like, look, I love what he been doing. Look, you let that lineup out there and they didn't figure it out. And when they get in film study and he gonna be on look, this game was all about Peyton. Look, hey, everything that happened is your fault. You the general of this floor. And this is what we need you to do. So I let you out there. I let you sink or swim today. You did not eat what you killed today. You missed, not that to the point that you missed your shots. You didn't calm down the team. And when you rewatch that game and you see that when they went on that 36-6 run, the ball was on the perimeter. And you did not settle the team. You need to, in your 6th year, settle down. It wasn't that you missed shots. You got to do something. This was a point guard game today. He wanted to see what the point guards was. Look, the bottom line is solid. And when he didn't settle down that team, everybody got out of order.
All right. Yeah, no doubt.
Everybody got.
Rob, I appreciate you, my man. I'm about to head up out of here.
Hey, right. Bro, have a good one.
All right, have a good weekend, bro. My man Rob said the same thing about 5 times every time. Every time I spoke to him, he said the same thing. Had to get him up out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's about to go on forever if I let him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Rob? He's about to go on forever if I let him. And he's about to say the same thing. The ball stayed on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? Albert Payton, he didn't settle the team down. You know what I mean? Alonzo Trier came in and he did his thing. He proved that he's... Hey, Rob, I know you still listening too, bro. I know you still listening. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, Rob looked like he was already juiced for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? And he don't remember that he just said this stuff like 20 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? He don't remember he just said it, John, like 20 minutes ago. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry, Rob. I had to cut you off, bro, because you was saying, you was like, you was just repeating the same thing you said. As soon as you got in the chat, you said it. And then when you called in, you said the same thing. Now your last words, you're saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I get you, though. I get it. I understand what you're saying, but, you're a little bit tapped out already for the weekend, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Rob, peace to you, man. Just take it easy this weekend, man. I had to take him out of chat because he was smoking a cigar. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yo, yeah. So I had to cut him off short.
Yo, that's funny.
Yo, but yeah, man, give me some last words, bro.
Oh man, nah, I'm gonna keep it short. I know you gotta go to sleep, but nah. I was wanting to say I'm in the 305, so I'm in Miami. So I'm willing to do anything. I support your platform. It's just the first game. I kind of agree with what Rob said because he's been saying it for so long that it's already in my head. Like we saw what fell, and it's good that the veterans got punched in the face today, so they don't have that. Oh, I'm a veteran. No, you humble yourself up. And now we're gonna go to Atlanta, and hopefully, it will be a different outcome. But we good. It's the preseason. Good. I'm not gonna go hard on my team. I'm not gonna talk bad about the coach. And thank you for this, Sim. Because it's like this shit. Like I was so sad after the game, and then this shit brought me life. You gave me life just talking in the chat. And yo, in the chat, like always. There's only 69 likes and there's 300 people right here. There's supposed to be at least 100 likes. So come on, man. Give us some more likes.
Do that, no doubt. I appreciate you, man.
Stay up, Sam.
All right, I'm gonna catch you on Sportscaster too. I see you over there.
Oh, you number 4. You 14. I'm 15 now, so you gotta watch your back.
All right,
you gotta watch your back because I'm building content. I'm gonna do reporting for cricket if I have to.
All right, man.
Peace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys for staying on with me, man. I hope you guys have a great weekend. You know what I mean? Again, you know what I'm saying? If you guys want to be an MBK ambassador, make sure that you go ahead and email me. You know what I'm saying? Let me know where you're from. And, we'll talk about how we can make this thing work so we can globalize this thing. We're going to take it to scale right now. All right, we're going to make this thing bigger than life. There's Knicks fans everywhere, so that's the goal. We're going to take it there. All right? Anyway, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I will catch you guys Monday. And then, of course, I'll catch you Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday I'll be streaming during the game. That's the plan, but we're going to have to see how my schedules and everything works out. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.